All right.
What you saying, Javran? Yo,
Welcome, welcome, fellas.
sorry guys. Is it live on YouTube? Yeah.
Are we live on YouTube? Zishan, are we live on YouTube?
No, we're not.
Oh, not yet. Yeah, we are. Does it say live? Yo, guys, sorry, man. I'm never normally late. I'm always on time.
We're,
But
we're live now. Now we're live.
I was saying, I was just wrapping up a call.
Say it,
And that's where
Javran.
I was.
We are live now.
Live on YouTube, yeah. I might check myself out on YouTube. Is the lighting good? Do I look good? I should have had a shave. I was gonna have a shave. I didn't have time.
I'm trying
No,
to
no,
have a look at it.
you're always looking sharp.
Oh, stop it.
Who do we have? We have Huzaifa, we have YM, we have Mehrajul, Komal, Ismail Mohammed. Well, we've got the TCU VIP crew
Yes, the
jumping
TCU
in
VIP.
as well. Imran, can you see all the guys on the chat? On you, I think you can probably see on your phone, so you can stream it off your phone and you can see who's
Yeah,
on.
I might just jump on my phone and see what's going on and
Because
chat
what
with
we're going to be doing today, guys, is we're going to be going through my sales process, exactly what I did, and I'm going to take it back to where I'm going to go back to my biggest cash collected month on my 4K and 9K offer, and I'm going to literally just go through everything. Let me even just unblur the background. So yeah, so we're all nice and clear. And I'm gonna go through everything in detail, step by step. And I even like, look, I have even still got the little. I don't know if you can see it, but this was like my little script. It wasn't even a script. You can't even see it, but it was my framework. I had literally broke it down, and I'm gonna go through all of this with you guys. I'm gonna go through step by step, not only what I did on the call, but before the call as well. So oh man, there's so many things that I'm excited about on this call, and maybe I'm not going to cover everything on the call because there's a lot of things to cover. But then we're going to get Imran to break things down as well. Zishan is going to be letting in a couple of you guys in on this call. So we're going to have lots of fun on this call. Imran, are you excited?
I'm mad excited. I'm buzzing. I've been looking forward to this all week. Apart from the fact that I only found out this was happening this morning. So basically, if people don't know, my Facebook got hacked and then banned maybe nearly 2 months ago. And I've been trying to get it back and I just haven't. So I didn't even realize this call was happening. And then Jabran messaged me earlier and he's like, yeah, so see you at 7 and we're going to do this. And I was like, huh, what are you talking about? And he was like, what? And then he realized, oh shit. But I'm
It's a
always
great
ready
friend.
for.
Imran hasn't been on Facebook for 2 months, and I'm only finding out today.
Yo, yeah, crazy.
No, I knew for a couple of days, but
Yeah.
we were trying to tag you on some posts as well, and then we figured out that you've been Facebook banned. We're not going to ask you what you did to get banned.
I told you I got hacked, man. Got hacked and then
Yeah,
banned.
that's what they all say.
Yeah. I shouldn't have been going on those websites. I'm joking.
Chan, how are you, bro?
Me, I'm ready to rock and roll. You need to
Z,
show the guys
the
some
main
action.
the main connector, yeah. You know, Zishan's the plug.
No,
Zishan,
no, no, no. That's not me. That's not me.
Zishan's the plug.
Don't even go there. That is not me.
The
Right.
master
Let's
network.
do this. Shall we start giving these guys some value? Because I know they're enjoying it, but eventually they'll be like, what are these guys on about?
What are these guys
Let's
talking
get
about?
stuck
But
in.
this is how you make money, guys. You gotta have fun first. First of all, you gotta have fun. You're gonna have fun, but before you have fun, obviously you need to know what you're doing as well. And then
Yeah,
obviously
yeah, yeah. True.
fun as
That's
well.
true. That's true. Because too many people are having fun, but they're shit. Yeah. So get good and then have fun and get good. And stop being shit.
But you know what? Renee on this call. Oh my god, because you guys know that on my YouTube channel, there's like six of my sales calls on there. And Renee is one guy that he just literally studied the life out of those calls and literally studied my framework and everything. And he actually landed an Amazon offer, and he's absolutely crushing it on that offer. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Renee. This guy is number one.
You know, Renee, he also looks like a model.
He is a model.
He's
Renee
a model,
is a
isn't he?
model.
Yeah,
He's
Renee, he's a
South
good-looking
American.
guy, that Renee. Yeah, but be careful. Look, he's got a missus. Yeah, so guys, stay away. Girls, stay away. But Renee's a top lad.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So, okay, the one of the first things that I want to cover with you guys today as well is look, when you're taking sales calls, when you're working for a company, it's so important to know. And this is the first thing I want everyone to just have a think about is the customer journey. Now, what do I mean by the customer journey? You guys need to really understand like how the lead is coming in. And you want to put yourselves in their position. So the first thing that I want you to understand, so just make sure you make a note of this, the customer journey. Understand the customer journey, because if you don't understand this, and then you're going to be doing your sales calls and you're going to be thinking, well, why are they buying? Because you never really understood the customer journey and what they were going through. And remember, a confused mind never buys anyway. And they need to be sold. Like, there's a few questions going through their mind as they're coming through the journey. Like, are these guys legit? Can I trust them? Can I do this? Etc., etc., etc. So we need to make sure that these things are really covered and addressed throughout the customer journey. So I'm just going to start off from, I'm just going to roll back to when I was on my Amazon offer, the 4K and 9K offer. So what was going on? Actually, I'm going to take my cap off and I'm just going to show my bald head because I'm getting excited and I'm getting warm. So
everyone's head sweating.
Yeah, it's shining. So these guys, and one of the influencers that we're working with, Joshua Crisp, he was talking about like, oh, the leads are like cold traffic. And I was like, what do you mean by cold traffic? He was like, well, they see an ad, they go through the video sales funnel, and they come onto your calendars. And I was like, well, hang on a minute, that's not really cold, because they've seen the ad, now they know who you are, they've engaged with you, they've gone through the video sales letter, they've seen the video, they've answered the questions, they've filled out the type form, and they've come onto your calendar. To me, that's a pretty warm lead. And now, and another thing I used to do over here, guys, man, there's so much things I want to share with you. So just make a note of everything. And the good job is that this call is being recorded, so you're going to go back and see it. So as they've come in through the funnel, they've seen the ad, seen the video sales, they loved what they see, they filled out the questionnaire, and now they've jumped onto your Zoom call or whatever, and they're answering all those questions. But let's just rewind back a minute. What's that? Like, it's easily just explaining this, but now let's break it down. So what's the ad that they're seeing? Most people, they come on offers and they're like, okay, yeah, I'll take the calls. And like, to be honest with you, some business owners, they just freaking rush the reps on. And then like the reps are not, then you're not going to be the greatest if you've just been rushed on like the first couple of weeks. This is why it's so important, guys. I would rather, like, we've literally got 6 closers starting on Joshua Crisp's offer. It's an Amazon offer and we all like, I can't even tell the guys, and they're wise enough to know this now because they've been working with me for quite some time. We're not starting for 7 days, because it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have it than have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. So we're getting ready. We're having a look at we're going to look at all the ads. We're going to go through everything and find out all the details of everything. So let's talk about the ad first of all. What is the ad that the customers are looking at? And what are the messages that are being delivered on that ad? What are the pain points that that ad is addressing? But then we want to move to, okay, so that was the ad. That's the customer, the first part of the customer journey. Okay, great. But now they've landed on in through the funnel and on the video sales letter. What's the webinar that they're watching? You go and watch that webinar, but don't just watch it once or twice. Ideally, you want to watch it 2 or 3 times. You really want to understand what's being said on that webinar. Make a note of everything. So now you're understanding what the customer has seen. So maybe even when you're doing your triage call or you're doing the call, the video call, you're maybe talking about some of those things as well, and maybe reminding them, because they're probably not going to remember everything. So you want to make sure, okay, now you know, okay, that's the part that they've seen, the video sales letter. Once they've seen that, now you want to move on to, okay, They've seen the ad, they've gone through the funnel, what messages are being said, but now when it's coming time to booking the call, the type form, the questionnaire, the questions, this is very important, guys, because this is where the customer is telling you and opening up about themselves and why they want to start an Amazon business. Let's just talk about Amazon. So why do they want to start an Amazon business? What's their current situation? What's their current income? What's their desired income? How much money do they have to invest in like all of these questions? And guess what, guys? Some businesses don't even have these questions dialed in. So guess what you can do after this training? You can memorize all of this and learn all of this. Guys, take notes of this. I swear to God, if you learn and memorize all these steps that I'm giving you right now, and you take these to business owners, you best believe you're going to be standing out from the crowd. The normal closers won't know this. I've been through this thousands of times, and mistakes and offers and influencers and business owners, and I've not only perfected it, but I've kind of like learned it, as much as I can. So now I can relay it. So when I look at a business, I can be like, okay, this is what's going wrong. This is what's missing. This is where the disconnect is. So now those questions, maybe you want to add some qualifying questions in there, and maybe the business owner doesn't have certain questions on there that you want to add. So you want to check all of that out. What questions are being asked? Because you don't really want to be repeating yourself constantly. So imagine someone's taken their time out and they've told them, and like, this is about this and this is about that. And then as soon as they get on the call, all of a sudden now, you're asking them the same questions that were already on the type form. So before just annoying them, just be like, hey, look, I know you could maybe even relay the information back to them on the starting of the call. But Imran's got his hand up like a good boy, so I'm just going to pause there because I've gone through a few nuggets, and this is what he does. He likes to break this down to make everybody understand. But I don't know what he's going to say, so go, Imran.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to do on one element. So Jabran's just told you right now the understanding of what's going on through a sales representative. So he's told you what a high-level sales representative would do or ask in an interview situation when you're learning about a new company. And by you asking these questions, hey, I'd love to see the video. What's the first point of contact from the client? What are they writing on the form? What's the qualification process? What's happening to the lead before they land on my calendar? If you're a sales representative saying that with a client, you're going to look so much more attractive. You're going to look very experienced, and it's going to give them confidence in you. So this is the reason why you think everybody wants to work with me just because I talk loud and I shout and I'm animated. No, because we're asking the right questions. We understand the customer journey. Number two, the only element I wanted to just shift a little bit. This is to take it that little step further. So what Jabran mentioned was, check this. You've got qualification process steps. So some companies don't even have those questions in the qualification process. But you need to then, the next question you need to say to the business owner is something along these lines. I understand by every time I'm increasing a layer of qualification, the leads will be more nurtured. So you're going to get better leads, but the cost per lead is going to go up. Everybody remember that? So that's why some business owners, they have to find the sweet spot. So it's all good and well us saying this to a client or a customer, but at the same time, maybe that business has done this for a reason. So you don't want to go in with the assumption, you guys don't know what you're doing. I worked at a company, we did this, because that could come across as aggressive and you could lose. That's not what we do. When me, Jabran, Zishan, when we're communicating with business owners, we're not saying to them, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. We're just like, oh, we're curious. Previously, we've seen a higher qualification. What's the reason you haven't? That's going to allow them to be like, oh, wow, we didn't know that. Or we didn't realize, now let's implement it. So we're bringing them value. Or number two, it shows that we're switched on and they say, oh yeah, it's the cost per lead. So you say, perfect. What's more important to you? Having more leads, but then your closers' calendars are full and they're wasting time because there's a lot of unqualified leads. Or do you want to increase the qualification process? Then you have less leads, but these guys buy a lot more. So it's always a sweet spot. And if you're a business owner and you've got too many leads, increase the qualification process. If you haven't got enough leads on the calendar and you've got reps that are just waiting around, waiting to take calls, decrease the qualification process so you can increase the leads. And then that gives the rep more chance of building their experience. Remember, let me tell you something. I've been in this game a very long time. I will never shy away from a lead. And I'm going to tell you something. Me and Jabran were literally working on this not too long ago, where one of our forms, leads were coming through and the lead was saying how much they had saved, ready to invest. And a lot of leads were ticking 0 to 10K. So they were ticking 0 to 10K. The next bracket was 10 to 25K. Now, if I was a weak-minded salesperson, I'd look at that 0 to 10K and I'd be like, that guy doesn't qualify. That guy doesn't qualify. That guy doesn't qualify. No, just because they've written that on the form doesn't mean you shouldn't try your best, because a great salesperson will still pitch them, but you've got the information. So am I going to be an idiot and do a whole sales pitch before I qualify? No, I'll bring it up earlier on. I'll give them a little bit of value. Then because I've got the information, I'll say, hey, you do know our programs start from X amount. I noticed on your form you wrote this. By the end of our conversation, if it all makes sense, is this something that would be affordable for you? Then the client will either say, oh, yeah, it is, because they didn't really want to write how much they've got saved, or they'll say, oh, I didn't realize. Then we close it down and this call's not for them. Does that make sense? So guys, but having that information, which I've just given you, having that knowledge and that confidence to ask these questions to a business owner, to ask these questions to your fellow closers, it's going to make you more confident. You're going to do better in meetings, and it's going to help you with your sales journey. It's going to help you close, because not just to reiterate one last point before I send it back to Jabran. How many times have you been on calls and the client says, oh yeah, in the video this, on the video that, and you guys ain't got a fucking clue? Sorry, can I swear on YouTube? Well, I just did. I'll try and tone it down. But some of these guys, you ain't got a clue what
you're asking me like we're gonna actually control you, or we're gonna.
Yeah, no, I will try. I will tone it down. I will tone it down. So yeah, guys, remember, you have to know what they've seen. You have to know what they filled in. You have to understand all of that, because then you know how to nurture and how to close them. But yeah, so everything Jabran said was bang on. I just wanted to reiterate that, and I just wanted you to see it from a sales rep's point of view and a business owner's point of view. Perfect. I'll send it back to you, Jabran.
Thanks. So we've got now up to that they've booked the sales call, guys, and this comes straight onto your calendar. And there's no setters setting anything. They're coming directly onto your calendar. Now I'm going to break down what was happening with my leads, because I had no setters. And to be honest with you, I didn't even want a setter, because I was very specific in what I was doing. As soon as the leads, now it's gone through that whole process and they've come straight onto my calendar, and I've got an email straight away, as in that this lead has come in. Straight away, as soon as the lead came in, and I had all notifications on my phone all off. All my notifications were off, bar my email notifications, because I wanted to jump at the leads as soon as they've come in. And guess what I was doing? I was sending them a text message right away. Right away, I was sending them a text message. And this was a very important text message as well. It was like, confirmed. We've just received your application, etc., whatever. Excited to have you start your Amazon journey. So I played around with some of the messages. I think the final message and remember this, I always tell you guys about getting attention. Now, I want to get there, because look, they get numerous text messages throughout the day from all sorts of people. So what did I want to do? I had like in capitals, and I know if you are not getting attention right away, you're losing. So you need to get attention right away. What's the hook? Confirmed in block capital letters, excited for you to start your Amazon journey. And so now they've opened up my text message, email, whatever it is, but mainly it was text messages, because most people like texting, and then there's emails as well. So I used to do it on both fronts. Same thing on both fronts. And then on that text message, guys, this is where I was completing the meeting before the meeting. And you're going to get this. To my sales process, there's 3 parts to my sales process. The first part is the meeting before the meeting, understanding the customer journey, but then now here starts my interactions with the clients. And this is why when you look at my sales calls, you're like, I seen one hater comment on there like, oh, this is not closing, this is order taking. I wanted to give him a slap. I'm like, do you even know what's going on in the whole process? What I've done with the lead? But I was like, okay, no problem. a lot of people like this is why I was like, you know what? I wanted to really break down the sales process because he's probably not a hater, but like, you know, if he's just probably is, but if he's just looking at the sales call, it's like, freaking, this is so easy. And I remember a lot of my friends from where I live in Small Heath in Birmingham. Oh my God, these guys, like a lot of these guys, they look at they were looking at my stuff and they were telling Imran like, this is easy, man, we can do it. And Imran was going, man, Imran, do you want to say something?
Now, that's exactly what I wanted to say. It's so freaking frustrating, right? Jabran's working at such a high level, such a high level. You guys don't even understand. I don't want to say personally and start attacking everyone on YouTube, right? But you guys don't even understand the level of complexity of what he's doing. So many different techniques, strategies, training things. And it's very easy for us to watch a YouTube video and Jabran makes it look so easy because he does it flawlessly, effortlessly. He makes it look very natural. So many people will watch one of Jabran's calls and be like, oh, that's easy. I can do that. And no, you can't. No, you can't. That's why we want to break down some of these to show you, look, even now, he's like, what's that doing when he sends that text message? Excited for your Amazon journey. Yeah. He's planting seeds. He's being assumptive and presumptive. So you're presuming that's what they're doing. Automatically, that puts him in a power of control because the person just applied to learn about the information. And now we've assumed, yeah, you're going to move forward with us. They feel confident in someone like that. Like, you know, if you ask, oh, is this something maybe you want to do? That completely changes the tone of the conversation. And that's what loads of idiots would do. When you just assume, hey, you've come for a reason, you understand the pain points, and I'm going to start helping you achieve your goals, but I'm not going to make you do it. He's not forceful. If at any point he decides this isn't for them, he won't work with them. But he's going to assume that's what they want. And it's just very easy to just go along with what someone's doing. Does that make sense? Like, so these little tips and techniques, you need to watch and understand. Okay, so many times, right? Sorry, I will send it back to you in a sec, Jabran. But so many times people will watch some of Jabran's calls and they'll do their own version. They'll do their own version, completely effing different. I can say effing, innit? Because that's not a swear. Completely effing different. And it's like you completely missed the point. You haven't even understood what's going on. So understand that there's a purpose behind everything. Understand that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. People might even mimic what Jabran's saying, but are they actually saying the way he's saying it? Do you really feel the energy? Are you captivated? Are you listening? Are you actually engaged? Or are you monotonous and boring and then you wonder why no one effing closes or listens? You have to have range, tonality, energy, right questioning, techniques, planting the seeds. It's very complex. But the good thing is we will make it easy for you guys to learn because we're going to break down these strategies. We're going to give you the tools and the skills to implement what Jabran does, what I do, and what Zishan does. Okay? I'll send it back to you, Jabran.
Perfect. So I was on that text message part. So I've got their attention from the opening part of the text message. But now here's the great part. Here's where the meeting before the meeting is now starting. So now on that message, because like, look, and I say this to a lot of you guys as well, as in, you know, it's good to know all the objections. So I tell people, go and research all the potential objections that you can get from calls and, you know, clients and everything. And it's good to know these. Once you know them, now it's so great to preempt them. You got to use your initiative. Use your knowledge and expertise because you're a sales professional. Now, remember, like so many people, they lose, like, okay, they're becoming high-ticket closers, but they forget that, you know, a high-ticket closer is a sales professional as well. You've got to sell as well. But I want to stay on this text message because I'm going to go off on a tangent. But on this text message now, what you want to include on this text message, very important, guys, because you need to give them confidence. Remember, if someone's not going to buy, that means either they're unqualified or they just haven't seen enough, or you haven't given them that much enough information or confidence to actually buy the product or buy the service. So you need to take ownership of this and be like, okay, one of the main reasons what if someone says to me, oh, you've had a great call with someone and they say to you, oh, just send me some information. I'll have a think about it. I need to see some visuals and, you know, I need more information. Well, I don't want that to happen on my calls. So what were most people doing? Most people were going studying objections and then handling objections. They're putting their gloves on and like they get all like their mitts on and everything and coming on in your chair and your boxers and then trying to wrestle with the prospects. Forget that. Why am I going to wrestle with someone? Why am I going to argue and battle with someone as in like, what do you mean you want to think about it? What do you mean you need to talk to your wife? You're crazy. Are you wearing the trousers in your relationship? Like, there's some of the craziest things I've seen salespeople do, but I don't do any of that. I have a bit of banter sometimes. Like, you know, and like me, I let my personality shine on the calls as well. And sometimes I toy with them as well. Sometimes for the crack of it, I will like, you know, not objection handle, but I'll like, be like, come on, Imran, let's be honest. What do you really want to think about? Nah, it's open. Look, there's no pressure over here. But look at the way I do things. Now, and I mix everything up and I do different things, but I want you to understand. So if you know someone is going to say, send me more information, that's going to be one of the objections. So why don't you, in that text message, send them all the information that they need? You can have a Google Drive link and put everything on there, from the visuals of the program, the freaking price of the program, and on top of that, you can put the testimonials, the program, and anything related to your program. So now, because look, why do I put testimonials in there as well? And FAQs. Those were like 3-4 links that I would make sure that they get. And at the time when I was closing, and this was one thing that I was explaining to Zishan about as well, like, look, you want to optimize your social media. You don't want to like, if you're, because this was one thing I was very good with. I only chose an a biz op opportunity, and it was in e-commerce. And I was doing e-commerce previously before, so my social media was easily matching with people wanting to start an online business because that's all my social media portrayed. So guess what I was doing when they were coming? Because what's another reason why someone may not want to join the call? Because they don't know you, they don't trust you, they don't know the company. But what about you? So guess what I was also doing? And nobody was doing this in the company, but I was like, screw it, I'm going to do it. I want them to know who I am. I was giving my social media to them. So they were, because trust, you actually, guys, so many of you guys don't actually know most of your prospects. Soonest thing you email them, they are freaking Googling you. They are Facebooking you. And what's optimized with Google? YouTube. Imagine you have a crazy YouTube channel and all your private shit and all the stupid things that you do are on there. Or what if you're, and so there's so many things. Or what about your social media? Like if you're some crazy on social media and like they're looking up you, they're like, this guy's taking my call, or like he's just a sales guy, and all of a sudden you're making yourself out to be some expert in the program that you're selling, and you're meant to be this nutritionist or whatever you are. But let's just stick to Amazon. You're an Amazon
yeah, because if you're a sales rep, you can just become discombobulated. It's crazy. You need to focus and know exactly what you're doing. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Sorry, read the chat. I'm only having a laugh.
Oh, okay. See, I was gonna say my dyslexic self, but Joel actually told me off today. It was like, you need to stop telling yourself dyslexic. But you know, one of the main reasons why I always tell people I'm dyslexic, I want all the dyslexic people out there to get freaking confidence in yourself, to know that if this dyslexic guy from inner city Birmingham, who couldn't even string a sentence together at one point, couldn't even speak proper English, still can't speak proper English, but who cares? I can still like sell. If I can make it, I haven't even made it that much, but look, I've earned multiple people's annual salary in like a month. That's pretty great. It's pretty good.
Alhamdulillah,
thank the Lord. Like, Allahumma barik. Like, it's great. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. Do not ever think that because your English is not your first language, you're from India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or Philippines, and because English is not your first language and every advert that you're going after is saying, oh, you need to be from the US. Guess what, guys? So many ads and so many opportunities that used to say, oh, you need to be from the US or you need to be from Canada. Shut the front door. I'm going to show you need this guy from the UK. I'm going to show you need this guy from Pakistan, because I can sell. And you need to show them that you can sell. So, you know, when a lot of these opportunities, they kind of knock you out of the park because you're from Pakistan or India or wherever you're from. And because you're not from the US or the UK or Canada or wherever they're looking for. Do not Do not take that as like, oh my God, this industry is not for me, this, that, whatever. Because I've given you guys so many examples on my socials. I don't know if Faizan's on the call as well. There's like Faizan, Imran, Arpit. These guys have earned tens of thousands of dollars in a single month. They've earned like 50 people's annual income in the countries that they live in a single month. So if they, and do you think they make the excuses of like, oh, but I'm from India and I'm from Pakistan and English is not my first language, and oh, I've got no experience in sales? To heck with all of that. Are you willing to work on yourself? Are you willing to prepare? And like, you know, the reason why I'm breaking all of this down, because I really want you guys to know that I've been working on myself for a long time, since 2014. December 29th, 2014 was this day I made the decision that I'm going to figure this online thing out. And it was years. You guys know it's taken me years, but I failed my way through everything. I grew. I wasn't, look, the Jabran in 2014 was never going to make it here. Never.
Nah,
I had to develop. I had to learn. I had to develop. I had to grow.
I want to jump in. It's so true. Listen to what Jabran's saying. The guy freaking studied, read, watched videos, implemented. He listened, he learned, he applied the information. That's like he actually bettered himself. Everyone here, some people I'm seeing massive improvements on from the first time I met them to now, right? But at the same time, I've got some people asking me the same effing questions that they were asking me 6 months ago. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. How can you ask me the same question that you asked me 6 months ago? Imran, what do you think? Should I do an intro video? Should I do it? I swear to God, these people are time wasters. Listen, listen to what Jabran's saying. Start learning, developing yourself. Figure something out. If it's communication, make your communication better. If it's confidence, work on your confidence. If it's even freaking looking good, work on yourself physically. Like it'll make you mentally feel better. Like you should be in good shape. But yeah, man, I'll send it back to you, Jabran. But these people, man, some people are mad. They don't listen.
But I want to finish up on that text message, guys. That text message is so important, and even on that text message, once you've got all those links there as well, I don't think now like GHL like plays around and whatever, and sometimes if you got too many links on there, it just triggers and it sends back. But back then, I was sending like 2-3 links on there, and with the price of the program, this is how direct I was. Because look what most salespeople do. Now, I know some companies do this and some companies do that. I swear to God, my system worked. I was disqualifying people before they even came on the call. Qualifying, disqualifying. If they didn't have the money for my program, no problem. Okay, next. And then someone else could deal with that lead. So I was just focused on one program, and this is what I was selling. This is how much it costs. 0 payment plans. Do you guys, would you believe none of my deals came through payment plans? They were all paid in fulls. And 95% of my deals, this is the crazy part. 95, I swear to God, I've got it all here. 95% of my deals all came after the call. And I only did one call with 95% of them as well. So it was a one call close, and they paid after the call. How relaxed are my calls? You guys have seen some of my calls on YouTube, how relaxed they are. There's a reason why they're so relaxed. Because before the call, I made sure, and I got buy-in from them, and I asked them, and you know, I saw at the bottom of the text message, it said, please, it was something along the lines of, please let me know once you've reviewed the information, because it's central to our call. If you don't respond, your call, unfortunately, will be cancelled. So they had this message. So on that text message, they had this. So I got their attention. I kept their attention from the visuals of the program, the price of the program, the testimonials, the FAQs. FAQs was, this is a big one, guys. FAQs, get your business owners to maybe write down all the objections, all the frequently asked questions. Get these on a document and to your clients before they come on the call. Guess what that's going to do for your call? It's going to make it so much more easier. Because you know, when you start your call now, and like, so, okay, before I start the call, so now at the bottom, I've prompted them, they have to respond back to me. They have to confirm that they've got this text message. Once they've confirmed, guess what that tells me? They've gone through the visuals, they know the price of the program, and they've got everything that they need to look at. And now, and let's just say they haven't responded. So let's just talk on the other side. Let's just say they didn't respond. And I send them a follow-up text message. Hey, Imran, just letting you know, I need to know that you've reviewed the information because it's central to our call. If I don't hear back from you, unfortunately, the call will have to be rescheduled or cancelled. Now, if I still don't get anything before I cancel it, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them again. And then now I'm going to send them a third text message. Now, I haven't canceled the call yet, but I'm sending the text message. Hey, Imran, and an email as well, because maybe they're missing my text messages. So I'm sending them the emails as well. And I'm going to let them know that, hey, Imran, because I've sent you numerous messages and emails, we haven't heard back from you. Unfortunately, the call has to be cancelled because we need to make sure that you've reviewed the information. We're receiving thousands of applications, and just so you're prepared. I know life gets in the way. Just reach out to me if anything changes. So now if they still don't respond, they were never serious. They were never serious. I've done it on email and I've done it on text. So now I can just move on. This all can be copy and paste messages, by the way, guys. Copy and paste. It could be automated or whatever, but I used to do it. I used to physically just copy and paste them and like maybe just put their name in myself. And I never used to do it through automations. Imran.
Guys, take note of what he's saying, right? He's using words like, unfortunately, we're going to have to cancel your call because we're the ones in the position of power. He's also given context to why we've got thousands of applications. So now they understand there's a logical reason why we're really busy and they haven't responded, which means, unfortunately, we're having to close you down. Very simple. These are key points that you need to implement because you can't just say to someone, oh, you didn't get back to me and cancel them. That's not giving them context. And that's actually going to burn bridges. If you do it the way Jabran's doing it, I guarantee, even if he did have to cancel someone down, the opportunity is still there for him to nurture the lead later. They can get back in touch and say, hey, I'm so sorry. I was on for 8. Jabran can say, well, I'm sorry. I filled you in someone else now. I go, but what we can do, now you know my expectations and how I work, confirm that you've reviewed the information, and I'll reach back out. I'll get you booked back into my calendar. That's how it works. I do this shit every day, and so does Jabran. And that's the difference. This is what you need to implement. And that's how you get people to actually turn up to your call. So, and he's also put a qualifying step on it. He's telling them the importance of them reviewing the information. Because why is he doing that? If he doesn't get confirmation and explain that you need to review the information, you're going to get the same bullshit. Sorry, I can't say that. Can I say that? I can say that. You're going to get the same thing after. Where they say, oh, I need more information, or let me go through it. No, he's given all the information beforehand. He's done it in a really nice way. He's given a very clear, logical explanation why we need confirmation before the call. He's given them ample opportunity, and then he's respecting his time and removing them if they haven't confirmed that they have. Which all of this is a whole sales strategy. Jabran's created a sales funnel, so it's going to be easy to close on that call, which is why he closes at such a high rate. One call close, which is why people turn up, watch the calls, and say, oh, I could do that. No, you couldn't. There's so many steps. The meeting before the meeting. There's so much that goes into the understanding, the journey, getting them to that point where Jabran can come in, make them feel good, identify their needs, and obviously we'll discuss all of that later, because even that is a whole thing that he does. Like, there's so much involved in the strategy of the conversation, but that's why he does everything so he can close on the call. And that's why his results are so good. Yeah, I'll send it back to you, Jabs.
So yeah, the getting their response for the call and everything. And you look, if they haven't responded, someone was asking like, how's your manager going to feel about this, that, and whatever. You have made multiple attempts, because look, you've made multiple attempts to get in touch with them via text, email, and call. There's no response. Why am I going to let that person, one, take up a spot on my calendar, waste my time, and also he or she has also showed me that, hey, maybe they're unqualified. Maybe they don't have that money. So maybe I'm just going to call them up and be like, hey, well, like, what happened? Oh, I don't have the money or whatever, and it's too much or whatever. Then maybe you can downsell them on something else. But for these calls, this is the package that I'm speaking about, and this is what I want to sell them at. So a lot of these guys, when they're not responding, that means they're not qualified. They don't have the money, they're broke. Because you've just told them how much the program costs. Now, some people think of other things as in like, don't tell them what the price is when they come on the call. But for me, but you know what? This used to increase my show rate as well because people knew that I was being different. Like some people hide the price. Now, look, if someone comes on the call and they say to you, "Oh, like, what's the price? What's the price of the program?" Some people are like, "Oh, it depends," and no, like, and they try to hide it and everything. Just freaking tell them. Tell them what the price of the program is. How much do you want it to be? What's the price of your freedom? And all these questions, just tell them, look, it's $10,000. But Zishan, what is the price of your freedom? What is the price of you being at home with your 7 kids? You've got 7 kids. What's the price of that? How long have you been wanting to, you've missed your first few kids walking and talking. What about the next 3? Do you want to miss their walking and talking as well? Their first steps? No, you don't. So forget about the price. Let's learn about how this can help you and your family. Obviously, I'm not going to be that direct, but I'm giving you ideas. I'm giving you ideas of how to shift it. Even when I give the price, I don't stay on the price. Oh, yeah, it's like, the old tactics. And look, there's so many things that work and don't work, and you can try this and you can try that. But like, don't just be like, oh, yeah, it's $10,000. The next person that talks is going to get close. Shut the hell up, man. It's not always that or whatever. Look, tell the price and then be like, look, Zishan, but look, the price aside, how in alignment is this to what you're looking for? The price aside, if they're going to give me all the bullshit and whatever and whatnot. So, okay, look, guys, we've gone over the customer journey as in from seeing the ads, going through the funnel, answering the questions, they're seeing the text message, you're getting buying from them, you're getting responses from them, you know they're going to turn up to the call, and maybe you'll give them 1 or 2 reminders on the run up to the call. That can be automated as in 1 hour before they call or whatever, excited to see you or whatever. And once they're on the call, now the meeting, the actual sales call, look at everything that I've just gone through, and I've been speaking for like about half an hour, and I've only told you about the meeting before the meeting. How crazy is that, guys? Most people do not even spend any time on this, and then they're wondering why they're not closing anything because their buyers are confused and unqualified and uninformed. Now, think about the person that's going to say to me, oh, you know what? Jabran, it's great and everything. You've had a great conversation with them, and now they're saying to you, oh, I need to think about it. Just send me some visuals and I'll get back to you. Send me some more information. No, John, I've already sent you all the information. He's not even going to come up. So you know how I'm going to start the call? So, okay, Imran, we'll do a bit of role play. You can be the customer or whatever. And I'm just going to give you an idea of like what I'll do. So as soon as we're on the call, hey, Imran, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? You're right.
Yeah, very good, very good. Imran, my name's Jabran. I'm one of the lead advisors over here. If you haven't noticed already, this exotic accent originates from England, United Kingdom. And today I don't have no subtitles, so you're just gonna have to bear with me.
Nah, it's all right. You sound like this guy that touched me in an alley once.
So I'll just like but I don't even use that all the time. It just depends what kind of mood I'm in or whatever. But I'm just real small talk. My name's Jabran. I'm one of the advisors here today or whatever. And look, Imran, my job's very simple. My job is very simple. It's just to figure out, what is it you're looking for, answer any questions that you have, and then hopefully, if everything aligns with you, we can move you on to the next steps.
Okay.
One way. That is one way. Another way is, because look, I've gone straight into the call. Sometimes you can ask for permission. Be like, hey, Imran, are you ready for the call? I'm asking, hey, Imran, how you doing? My name's Jabran. Can you hear me? Can you see me? But what if Imran's come on the call? Here's another part. And you guys know I do this on the Zoom calls with you as well when we do the live Zoom calls. What do? Put your cameras on. Here's another part. And this is where a lot of people mess up on, guys. Oh, yeah. Hey, Imran, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? You're right.
Oh, yeah, Imran, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, sorry. One sec. Is that better?
But look, Imran, do it like this. Be a bit difficult, like a bit not weirdo, but do a bit like how some people they're a bit weird, like, oh, do I have to put my camera on?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just in the middle of something. Is everything okay?
Imran, but like I need to see you, bro.
Okay, yeah, sure, no, bro. Can you just give me 1 minute, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
just putting some
Oh,
clothes on. There we go. There we go. Sorry, can you see me?
awesome, awesome. Now, look, guys, sometimes some people will be like, oh, like, do I have to put my camera on or do I have to do this or whatever? Of course you do, 100%. Why? Because Imran, I need like we're going to be talking about you going on to the next level in your life, transforming your like potentially starting an Amazon business. I need to see how excited you're going to be about this, bro. Because already I know he's a bro. We're a bro, and we're like it's straight away. So I'm letting him know, and I'm putting in a bit of because some people will be like, well, why didn't I just put my camera on? Yeah, I I need to see you. And like, do I need to put my camera on? Yeah, you do. Sometimes you don't even need to explain. Like, yeah, of course you do. Imran,
It's like Jabran saying, you need to have standards of and certain expectations that you have. And if someone comes on a call with me, they need to put their camera on. Simple. So you can say it in a nice way. You can say, hey, for us to get the most from this call, we need to have a conversation because this is a major opportunity for you, not for me. Like I've got 10 calls for today. I'm just going to carry on. But for you to get the most from this call, we need to be able to communicate effectively. So what are you going to need to get that camera on? I don't mind waiting for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Go get yourself prepared, but I need that camera on. Done. Take control. Tell people what to do. Don't ask, tell them. It's human nature. People will listen to what you tell them to do. And if you set that's the expectation, then they know they've got to go put the camera on. Simple. That's it. Because you need cameras on because you have to be able to engage, you have to see them, and it's going to help you with the close. It's very, very, very challenging and difficult to close someone if they haven't got their camera on. And if they're not committed to putting their camera on, how serious are they? Very straightforward.
and having the camera on, guys, is like, look, you getting buying signals. And like, look, imagine he's got his camera off and he's just like, yeah, yeah, you're talking, and he's like, yeah, yeah, and you think that he's listening. When really and truly he's doing whatever he's doing, like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. And he's not even really, it's just like, yeah. Whereas if he can, you can see him, you can tell not only by his voice, but his body language, the way his eyes, like I look at all of these things, like how are they smiling? Where do the nostrils go? Where do the eyes glimmer up? So these are all buying signals for me. And, and this is why I need people to put their cameras on. Do not do video sales calls. What's the point of doing a video sales call if you're not going to have the camera on? So you really need to make sure that the camera's on. So, okay, now I've got the camera on, everything, all that's good. And I'll be like, hey, Imran, are you ready for the call?
Yeah.
Awesome. Look, Imran, I've roughly got around about 20 or so minutes for this call, and I want you to get the most out of this call. So if it's good with you, bro, we can just dive right in.
Okay.
Look at what I've done then. I've taken control, but politely, and I've shown him I'm the leader. And I'm not going to take. What do most salespeople do? They build that fake rapport. Oh, Imran, how you doing? Oh, what does it say on your top? Oh, wow, there's a line in the back of it. Oh my God, you've got 500 books. What does that mean? Oh, lots of. Are you in the jungle? Like all sorts of rubbish and bullshit and whatever. Like, oh, nice beard and everything. Listen, all of that can come later. Because what do most salespeople do? Most salespeople, I saw that fake report and everything. You don't want to be like most salespeople because most salespeople are broke. They're not making that much money. We want to make super money. That's why Jabran's super con. We want to make super money. So what do we need to do? We need to look at what everybody's doing and do the opposite and be that 1%. Go for that 1%. So I'm not going to be building up that because look, the buyer today is the most informed that they ever were in history because they've been on these because look, so many of these ads and webinars and sales calls, they've been on multiple of these sales calls. So when you tried making that same report at the beginning, but what about most people, like straight away, they'll be like, oh, cool. If you're ready for the call, we can just dive right in. Imran, but I do it a bit different. Some salespeople, they do like, oh yeah, if you're ready for the call, we can just dive right in. I'm a bit more different. I'm like, look, Imran, I've got roughly 20 or so minutes for this call. And I want you to make the most out of this call. So if it's good with you, just dive right in. it's kind of polite as well. And I want him to make the most of the call. Because look, Imran, I'll be honest with you and I'll be direct. Is it okay if I be direct with you? We can't help everybody.
Okay.
Look at what I'm doing now. And you can say this in different ways as well, in your own style. Imran, to be honest with you, we can't help everybody. But one thing I'm going to promise you, you're going to get lots of value here on this call here today. You're going to leave this call much better than how you came on this call. A matter of fact, you're going to be 10 steps ahead of the average person looking at Amazon. Look at what I'm doing here, guys. Just look at what I'm doing here. I'm telling him we can't help everybody. But what I'm also saying is you're going to leave this call much better than how you came on this call. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to do some training on the call as well. I'm going to sell sellocation. I'm going to sell them with some education about Amazon. Imran, go for it.
So look what that does, right? The first thing, we can't help everybody. That lowers resistance because Jabran's in a position where he's telling them, I want to help you, but we can't help everybody. So now you automatically know he's not trying to sell to you. So resistance will be lowered. So people are now open and more receptive to what he's about to say. Number two, Jabran's telling them, you're going to gain so much value from the call. So is that person going to want to stay on the call now? Yes, they are. He said, even if we don't work together, you're going to learn so much. You're going to be more informed than the average person on Amazon. So now just this call is valuable. Just speaking to Jabran is valuable. And that's part of what he's doing. So that's very important. There, that's what I wanted to mention. Where did you go? Turn your effing camera on.
The water. Awesome. Imran roaring tiger background like a lion. Imran's the man. Okay, awesome. So now I've done that. And now look, what has that done to them? They're like, oh, he's not like the normal salespeople. Like, look at what he's doing over here. He's telling me that, you know what, we probably won't be able to work together. But nonetheless, the 20 minutes that we're going to be spending here today, they're going to be full of value and you're going to get lots of value. So that's like one way. Another way, and I used to have numerous ways depending on like, this is why I need people's cameras on. I'm massive on body language and behavior. And so like I'm watching their tone. You know, if someone's like this, like you see one of my calls, the guy's coming on like this and he's just very serious and you can see by his face. And I knew straight away, he's skeptical. Like, you know, and sometimes when people are just looking like this and they're like, okay, I can just tell straight away, look at my face right now. It looks very serious. I can tell that he's a bit skeptical. So I may just need him to open up a bit and let me just be different. Remember, guys, be different. Be different. Another way where you want to, start the call maybe is, hey, Imran, I can see that you've gone over all the information. Now, these calls are very simple. I can see that you've gone over the information. These calls are very simple. They're just to get a better understanding of you, because I know that you've gone over all the information and everything makes sense. But yeah, because remember, they told me they went over the information. So I'm repeating to them. But nonetheless, I'm going to hover over everything with you as well. But these calls, I'm just going to maybe answer some questions and then move you on to the next steps. Look at what I'm doing over here right now. I know that you've gone over the information. These calls are very simple, just to get to know you a bit more. So this call is all about getting to know you a bit more, answer any questions that you have, and then hopefully if everything aligns with both of us, we'll move you on to the next steps. That's another way. So like, because, with me, and it's not that assumptive close or anything, with me, I do not sell something that I wholeheartedly believe in. Like wholeheartedly believe in. So I'm not going to be like, oh, like maybe if you want to do this or whatever. Of course you want to do this because we are changing thousands of people's lives. Why do you not want to change your life? What the heck are you doing on the call? But I'm doing that with not directly, but indirectly. And of course you're going to, you need to look at everybody as in everybody will love to join your program. And the way you do this as well, you need to go through all your testimonials, really get to know all your testimonials, all the different backgrounds, different ages, abilities, ethnic minority, whatever they are, everything. So you've got a good understanding. Because look, facts tell, stories sell. And this is why it's so important to know your testimonials, and you can just talk about them. Maybe even before the call, if you've seen something on the application, hey, Imran, I saw in your application that you're a carpenter. Check this guy out. Check Jason out. He was a carpenter, just like you. Boom. I'm feeling that. Maybe I'm going to do it on the call. Oh, I can see that you're a carpenter. Oh, I can see from New York. Check this guy out. He reminded me of you, actually. Same beard, everything. He's Imran as well. You're Imran. Just little things like that. And it will catch their attention. And they can relate to. And then, so anything you want to add on there, Imran, or anything that you want to point out?
Just a few things. So look what you were doing there. He was doing cheap and Jones factor. So another way to sell is when you relate something to somebody so they feel like it's something that they can do, and you let them know what that person did. So when you're trying to guide someone somewhere, you say, hey, someone that was in your position, same job, same this is what they did. And it lets them paint the picture or sell the dream that can potentially be them as well. And then also with the assumption, remember, there's something that's very important. Being really confident and having belief in what you're selling is so important, because sometimes, right? Remember, we're sales agents. We're not customer service representatives. Sometimes people will ask us all sorts of stupid questions. And whenever you've got that much belief in what you're doing, you will know some questions are stupid and some questions are relevant. And it's for you to understand what the difference is. And what Jabran's really good at is dismissing the bull, dismissing the rubbish. And it's like, mate, we don't even need to talk about that, because this is what you're looking for. So sometimes people ask me questions, they'll ask Jabran questions, and they'll be like, you just dismiss it. You literally dismiss it with your hand. You're like, listen, this is what you were looking for. Now, obviously, we can teach you loads of different objection handling techniques, dealing with objections beforehand. But when you're that confident in what you're selling, I'm telling you, that's a natural human response. And people will sense that. So when someone asks me a stupid question, I'm like, mate, you clearly don't understand or have been listening to what I'm saying, because if you did, you wouldn't ask that question. Let me ask you a question. Are you ready? Are you happy in your current situation? Or did you want to start learning how to make more money? You just turn it around. Sometimes I don't even answer these stupid questions or these objections, because I know what I'm selling is true. I have that much confidence, and that comes across, and that's attractive. Because when you're confident in what you're selling or what you're doing, people want to work with you. Why are you guys on the calls today? Because we're confident as F. You guys know these guys are talking sense. Everything they say makes sense. And when we're talking, we believe what we're saying. And that translates onto you guys. You believe in what we're saying because you know we're that confident in what we're doing. And that stems from what Jabran said. Learn your program, look at the testimonials, understand everything. And then if it's not everything's made out to be, then tip. Because morally and ethically, you shouldn't be selling something that you don't believe in. But when you do, and you've got confidence in what you're selling, it's easy to sign people up.
100%. So once I've asked that question and everything, and then we know we're going to dive right in. This is a great opening question, guys. One of the great ones where you can really get them to open up, and like they just do all the talking. And guess what? This is how simple it is. So Imran, what motivated you to reach out to us? Imran, what motivated you to want to even reach out to us? You want to sound inquisitive. And then straight away, now Imran is just going to open up about his life story. And I'm like, look, I can see, maybe you want to repeat before you even ask that. Maybe you want to repeat. Oh, look, I got your information on the application. I can see that you hate your job. You've been hating it for like 10 years, etc., etc., etc. You want to make this much money. You're currently making this. And like, but Imran, I can see all of that, but I'd rather hear it from you live. Like, Imran, so just what motivated you to reach out to us? And now he's going to talk. Guess what you're doing? You're just taking notes. And look, if he's a talker, you let him talk. Let him talk. And if they not, and like, so I asked Imran, oh, Imran, so what do you do for a living?
So I'm a carpenter.
Oh, so Imran, how long have you been doing that for?
Ooh, 10 years. It's hard. Fingers are starting to hurt. And I guess that's why I'm looking for new opportunities. I want to work online. I can't keep doing this physical manual labor, and my back's mashed.
Wow. And how long have you been wanting to, you know, get started online, Imran?
I've been feeling like this for the last 2, 3 years, but I guess I just didn't really have the confidence in what to do. I'm not really tech savvy. And, you know, I came across your guys' ads and you help people like myself. I saw a few things online. And so I just was curious to see how it all works.
Why has it taken you this long, bro, to make a decision to finally be like, you know what? Because it's a big step. Like, you know, you're booking this call and taking this call. It's like a big step. Like, why is it taking you this long to make that decision, bro?
I don't know. I guess I've just been busy and I just kept putting it off. But I'm just seeing all these people making money online, and I don't know. I don't know. Is it real? Like, is it easy to do? I'm just not sure.
Imran, you've gone through all the information and you've seen that we've been around for nearly a decade. You've seen all the
Stop there, stop there.
testimonials.
Before you get, see what he did? He called me out on my bullshit. When someone gives you something stupid like that type of a feeling, it was relevant, but Jabran dismissed it. He didn't start going into diving into it. He dealt with it, but he's like, you've been through all of this, you've seen everything. And he was literally about to just push it to the side and then continue. And that is how you handle an objection. See, so objections, you don't always have to feel, felt, found, dive into it, agree with what they're saying. You don't have to always, when you're having a conversation like what we were just doing, sometimes when someone says something ridiculous, you can push it to the side. And that was a live example of how you should handle something like that. So he decided some things were relevant. So Jabran was asking questions, but he decided that was bullshit. And that's why he just moved it along. Sorry. Yeah. Carry on.
So, like, back into it, like, Imran, it's been like what, 3 years, and like you've been doing this for 10 years, and so now I'm gonna be like, Imran, what about the next? Like, you've been wanting to do this for 3 years, and you've been still sitting on the fence. What if you carry on being in this situation for the next 3 years? Do you really want to be in that situation?
I physically don't think I can. Like, I don't really have a choice now. I need to do something different.
And you said 10 years, bro, you've been in the same situation, as in same carpenter. Like, what about your income? Has it drastically increased, or?
Nah, if anything, I'd say it's less. I used to make more money before, but now it's just more competitive, a lot less work, cost of living. I'm definitely not making as much as I used to.
You know what they say, Imran, for things to change, one needs to change. You need to change. And if you don't make a change here today, Imran, now if you don't make a change now, guess what the next 5, 10 years are going to be like? Exactly the same.
Mad. Stop there. So look at that. Jabran's just selling me on change. We haven't even spoken about the program. We haven't even discussed what it is that I'm doing. We haven't even discussed these certain type of elements, but it's because he's already informed me. He's already provided the information. He's got me to a point where this is now Jabran can have a conversation and sell me on change. I was literally there and I felt like I wanted to sign up and I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, that's how powerful it is when you know what you're doing, when you're asking the right questions. Somebody else might have just carried on through their script. Somebody else might have gone on to the next steps. Jabran really honed down on that, took time. Look, he's been spending about 2-3 minutes talking to me about that, and he's just pausing. And he's actually making me think, why the hell have I waited so long? Like, what am I doing? Like, can I afford to do this for no, I can't. And then he just confirms everything I've told him. You need to make a change. Yeah. And he dealt with the objection that's going to come later. Oh, I need to think about it. He dealt with that already. Did you guys even notice? He's already dealt with it. He literally said to me, for something to change, what needs to happen? You need to make a change. So later, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me think about it, because they'll just remind me of that point. This is why Jabran's conversations look so easy, and that's why he signs up so many people. But are you guys implementing what he's doing? That's my question to use. That's my challenge. Cool. Let's continue.
I'm gonna bring one of the first people on anyway, because I want to bring Renee on. So Zishan, if you can just send Renee the link. Renee, make sure you don't share it with anyone, but just see if Renee is still on, by the way. But yeah, so once I've done that, but look, guys, I want you to picture, and I want you to really understand that you're getting to know them. You really want to get to know them. You want to know who they are, what they're about, what they're currently doing. And really, you know, they say you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Well, guess what we want to do? We want to know what it's like to be in their shoes. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to take our shoes and socks off and get into their shoes and picture what's going on, because this is part of rapport. So this is where my rapport is going to start, guys. I want you to picture yourself in their position and like picture yourself hating your job for the past few years and having a really rough and tough job for like the last 10 years. And for the last few years, you really wanted to change that job, but like you just couldn't do anything, or you didn't know what to do. Picture that. And then now like connect and relate with them. Like Imran, like why now? Like what's been holding you back? And so now he's going to start opening up. And that's where you dig deep and you really get to know them. But look, guys, I want to just pause there. A lot, like we've been talking about a lot of these things, and I don't want to go into too much details right now, because I want you guys to understand, what's your energy like on the call? What's your energy like? How sold out are you about the program? And what's your confidence like? Like, how confident are you about the program that you're speaking about? Renee, I can't hear you and I can't see you. I think Renee's connecting to the audio, but these are the things that I want you guys to be thinking about. The energy, how sold out they are, and what's your confidence? Look at this,
Yes,
guys.
Renee.
Big up,
Look,
Renee.
look at this model.
Hi, brothers. How you doing, guys?
He looks like he's come straight out of a catalog, isn't it?
No, bro, stop it.
Hey, Imran, remember, Renee, I wanted to ask you, like, I was just basically wondering, like, are you a model?
No, I'm not. I'm a sales pro, man.
Well, bro, it's lovely to have you on the call, bro. First of all, I want to commend you, bro, because English is not your first language, right? It's Spanish, right?
No, at all. Yeah, it's Spanish. And when I started the space, my English wasn't at its best. Even now, it's not at its best. But I guess for all the people with accent here, for me, it's an advantage because people on the other side of the call, they pay more attention. So you can use it to your advantage and go ahead and have more focus on it.
Yeah. I love
Elaborate on that. Like, what do you mean exactly, Renee?
Because they will tend to be fixated like on what are you saying, and they can, if they miss something on you and you're native, it will go over their head. But if they miss something on you, they will say, oh, I didn't catch it because he's not native. So can you say it again to me? So it'll be more interactive in that sense, at least in my experience.
Well, Renee, I want you to share with everyone a bit of your journey when you came into the Closers University, where you were, what your transformation has been like, what you've experienced, and like what's currently happening in the life of Renee. Give everybody an insight.
Yeah, sure. I mean, first of all, when I came across you guys, I was with no any idea on how to run an offer. I was just getting away, and I was having a bunch of information here and there, so I was kind of overwhelmed at the beginning. But then when I started reviewing your content, it was like, you know what? I have an approach now. I have a method. I have a community, and I'm just based on gut when I choose my people. That's why I'm mostly here, because I vibe with you guys. I see your intention in this, and I'm inspired. But anyways, I was just trying to be as much valuable for the team as I can be, and for the people who doesn't know how to do that. At least for me, when you're a starter, how you can bring value is to keep people on the loop. It's like, hey, brother, you give me an advice. You know what? I've been applying that. This is the result, so you are sure that you're not wasting your time on me. Yeah. So next time I came across again, it's like, can I ask you a question again? They will be more open to share the information because they will know that you will applying, and at the end, both of us can be winning, because the people who are giving advice is having a living proof that the advice is working, and the guy who's receiving it basically is changing their life. So I started applying and reviewing the content and getting in touch with you, Jabrana. I didn't even know how to edit videos, but at some point I saw that you you could do best on IG. And I remember that I started sending you edited videos for you both guys, like, hey guys, I'm being editing videos for short clips from the lives and so on. And that was basically to make myself as an important piece. And I was inspired on Sishan as well, because mostly Sishan go ahead and connect people with each other on, he's like you know where to be in order to make things happen, because at some point you have, I don't know, you have a city that provides food, another one who needs wood, but there's a river in between, and Sishan just go ahead and put the bridge, and the connection is done, and the value is there.
Renee,
So-
you're a legend, bro. You are a legend, bro. Tell me, and I want you guys, you to tell everybody, like, you know, before the Closers University, you know, when you came into the Closers University, and then like, what offer you landed on. Like, tell people like what's happening with you, you know, in your life right now as a high ticket closer.
Yeah, I mean, when I was on the Closer University at the first time, I was on my 9 to 5. I feel that much confidence that I could learn a role that I quit without having any savings, without having any role, and with a rent on my shoulders, with a partner to support. And I said to myself, you know what? What's the worst case scenario? I mean, and if I pass through this, I'll be able to put so much authority on my call, because I'm confident that these risky moves pay. So and 1 week after I quit, one guy from your WhatsApp group sent an offer. It's like, hey, I'm looking for setters. His name is Liam. So shout out to that man, because he gave me the first opportunity. I went in, I started working as a setter for a solar company. And 1 week afterwards that, I got a networking call. And the networking call was with my actual manager. I didn't know that he was a manager. I said, you know what, based on your traits, I guess you're a good fit. Do you want to work with me? And it was as easy as that. The only thing that's hard is to go ahead and do the thing that seems boring, or that you can say, oh, but how can I do it if my first time? Just go ahead and make the mistake. When I was making my intro video, at some point I was getting like frustrated because I wasn't getting it as well. So you know what, I'm not starting from this chair till it's done and I feel good about it.
Yeah.
And I have good feedback about it. So I know it's quality. And with that same intro video, I got the offer. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of decisions. And right now I'm just working from home, like getting a lot of reps under my belt to start mastering this, because even though I feel confident that I'm getting quality skills, you still need a lot of reps to actually be a master of it. And that's my only goal right now.
But you know what's amazing? Already your communication skills have gone way up from the very first time that we spoke and met you. Already you're like a different person. It's crazy. And then all them decisions that you made, them steps that you took, like it's all coming to fruition, and it's amazing to see. And I remember that offer from Liam, appointment setting at Solar, and now you've landed another role. And all of those connections started from the Closers University.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, and more than that, even when I was studying Jabron's call, that was the blueprint for me in order to show up as someone who's a guide for the people. So it's not like this is a body-to-body conversation. It's like, hey, I'm here to open a door for you to enter a new life. So you have like the power to ask for the camera, is something that I do every time, or just ask for confirmation, or even what you say is like, hey, we're not able to help everyone.
Yeah.
It's my framework. I mean, hey, you know what? If I come across any kind of red flag on your end, I'll let you know, because I'll be sure that you're not delivering the result that we're expecting. Are you good with that? So they put themselves in a position. They say, you know what? This is not something that it's guaranteed. I have to be my very best on this call in order to start qualifying.
Yeah. So there you change the dynamic. So they have to sell themselves to you. Now you're in the power and you're in control. And that's why then you get the results. I love it. Go on, Renee.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I catch something that Javron's saying right now about how to prevent objection on it. So it's something that I may be applying right now because I don't feel good about I'm not against overcoming objection, but at the same time, it's not like I'm a big fan of hustling with people like, hey, come over the fear. I mean, at the end of the day, it's better to call it before.
Yeah. So
Check that, Renee. Is there anything that you want to ask us? Any advice, tips, or anything that you're stuck with or you feel like you're not clear with or anything that you need help with?
I mean, basically, I was waiting for that because I asked for so much help in the past that I was just waiting for this month to ramp up to start working with you one-on-one since, I mean, we spoke about it to go over the details of my process because I know that on the details is the true improvement. And right now, the problem that I have is like I lack awareness on those details. So I'm kind of like, I have the sense that even on calls that I closed, that you know what, I could do better there. I mean, I know for a fact that I have a little twitches that I could be making in order to just transmit more confidence, transmit like the outcome, like helping and future pacing and stuff. But right now, I will say the main issue will be like getting deep into the pre-qualification, the pre-call, because it's something that I was expecting to get details on this, like on the free, and if not, I was waiting for the coaching itself. But yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm not doing right now. I'm just confirming the meeting.
Okay. So right now you're just confirming the meeting. You're not doing anything. Do you send them any visuals?
I mean, we have no, I'm not sending it. Because I was structuring on the process because they start with the BLS or BSL, sorry. So yeah, I guess I could just resend that for them to just, hey, have you saw this like fully? If not, I mean, it's not the best idea to jump on a call. Because for now, I'm not working on the Amazon offer. I mean, it's the same influencer, same offer, but they open a TikTok shop offer, and it's more challenging because it's new. We don't have testimonials, so I'm getting the harder reps right now. I decided to go through it even though the money is less because I'm getting so much confidence on myself doing the hard stuff. Like when I came across like truly qualified people, I'll be rolling like smoothly.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, you know, like because right now you feel like it's a new offer, and right now you're feeling like, oh, and there's no testimonials, this, that. It's easily like, look, obviously testimonials help, but even if there's no testimonials, you just knowing that there's an opportunity within TikTok, because a lot of people, like, you know, I don't even know much about TikTok shops, but boy, are a lot of people making a lot of money from TikTok, and how easy and simple it is to make money on TikTok shops. It's crazy and it's insane. And TikTok's actually promoting it now as well from the little videos that I saw. You just hold on to that, because this is what I was trying to explain on the calls as well. Your energy, excitement, confidence, and how sold out you are about your program, your clients are going to pick up. And when they pick it up, it's either they're going to buy or they're not going to buy. So these are the things that everyone should really focus on, because people buy into you before they buy into your program. And if they can see from you that, oh, he's maybe not that sure, whatever. This is why, like, I tell people, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared in all, and obviously you're not going to be the best of prepared, but you need to do as much as you can on the, you know, preparation. So when you're on the call, you're speaking with confidence. You're speaking with conviction. Your energy is high. Be excited about the journey that you're going to take them on. And then you see the transformation. But look, bro, it's been a pleasure having you on the call, and I'm even more excited to bring you in on, you know, the one-on-one and working really closely with you as well, bro. And what's your income goal, bro? How much money do you want to make in 2024 a month?
my goal is to land 100K a month on 1 month of 2024. I know it's high, but I prefer to shoot to the stars and land to the moon rather than stay on the earth. Because I mean, I prefer to say my goal is to have 100% closing rate and reach out to 70, rather than say, oh, my goal will be 50%.
Yeah.
Good, bro. Very good. Well, awesome, bro. Renee, it's a pleasure having you on the Zoom, bro. And thank you for joining as well. And thank you for everything that you do as well, bro. You know, you're always very active, and this is how a lot of people are going to be, you know, getting to know you as well. And it's very important, you know, how you guys get yourself out there and like how you leave your feedback everywhere. So you let people know how you're growing and developing. This is all, you know, helping, and like we can just see the you know, the growth that's happened with you as well. So well done, bro.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
likewise. It was an honor, man. And the last thing is, it truly preparation changed everything. Today I got a guy that it was already sold on, but with some concerns, and he was open enough. And if I wasn't preparing the information on the inside, it wouldn't be a close, and it
Yeah.
was.
Well done. Go on, Renee. Legend.
So we stay in touch, bro. I
Yeah,
love
take
you
care,
all.
bro.
Bye-bye.
See you later, bro. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
He's a model. I don't care.
Renee. Renee's a legend. Zishan is too slow. I think we need a new admin person.
Yeah, you
These
do
are
need
all
a
dry
new
admin. Where's the next person?
I've given Zishan about, guys, I've given Zishan about 4 names to add, and he's only added 1 person. But he's just too slow. Someone needs to sort him out. He's spending too much time on networking, and he's
Jabran, you need a new VA.
you know, there's been someone messaging
Hello.
me. Oi, look who's on the
Hey.
call.
Hey, hey.
Hello, everyone. How are you all?
Yeah, good. What you saying?
Nas, how are you, bro?
Absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely wonderful. It's a pleasure having you on the call, bro. We've got other people coming on the call now as well. I'm going to be letting, we've got Taylor as well. Anas, anything that you want to ask us, bro?
I am Uzifa. By mistake,
Yeah, sorry, you are Huzaifa. Who are you, bro? To ask us anything that you want to ask us.
Huzaifa's come on the wrong phone, you know, his secret Tinder phone. And that's why he's got a different name and everything. My man's
do it for a
14.
while, guys.
My man's 14, acting like he's 28. He's got berries.
Like, just do it for a
Taylor, how
while.
are you, bro?
Let's chat to Taylor for a sec.
Hey,
Taylor,
what's
what
up,
you
guys?
saying?
I'm well. How are you all?
Yeah, good, man, good.
Good. It's good to be here.
Yes, Taylor, talk to us. What questions you got? Or what would you like to say? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, I'm actually about to start my offer tomorrow. And after watching this video, it's given me some insight in how I should, because I've been writing my script and I'm like, all right, I need to take some things out and add some other things. Like, don't ask so many redundant questions or questions that don't really, they're not going to help me advance.
Yeah.
And just kind of get to the meat and potatoes a little quicker.
Jabran, what would you say to that? Because I agree. I'm glad Taylor's picked up on that. Because that's one thing that's a massive pet peeve of mine is too much questions and too many like learning about the person and all of that. And then you end up losing engagement. The thing is, a great salesperson, you can have all the questions available and ask them, but you don't need to ask every single one. And once you've seen that you've gotten the answer that you want, move on to the next step. The last thing, the worst thing people can do is they can lose engagement. It happens all the time. So you as a salesperson, if you feel that you're losing engagement, what does Jabran do? You know, he's watching them. He connects them, says their name. Huzaifa, what's going on? So look, re-engaging Huzaifa. And I'm joking. Sorry, bro. That was just a test. But you see what I did there? So just like by saying someone's name, it just gets their attention back again. And these are the things that you want to implement to keep people engaged. And if you feel like you're losing engagement, then switching it up, going on to the next question. Or what's very important, if you feel like they're pulling away, reminding them of why they applied in the first place. That's a very powerful one that people always forget. So, you know, throughout the call when we're talking, we just want to say, like what Jabran says, it goes hand in hand. Is this even in alignment with what you're looking for? That's one really good question. And another really good question is, you know, Are you happy in your current situation? And we know that the answer is no, because that's the reason why they've reached out. And it just reminds them of their pain points, even if we haven't identified exactly what they are. But it's just a really good reminder. So, you know, the thing is, you see some sales guys that say you have to find the emotional pain point, the physical pain point, this point, the logistical one, that one, this one, that one. Sometimes you just need to be able to build rapport and just remind them of their pain points by asking them that question. That's what I do. I don't always find out every single thing, but I make them, I sell them on the idea of working with me, and I sell them on change, which is what Jabran does. I sell them on the idea that they need to make a change, and I create the gap from where they are to where they want to be. And then I just create value in what we're doing. That's another thing what a lot of people lack as well. I make the value so much that they understand that they're getting a fantastic deal by breaking it down. So to give you guys an example, if I was doing some type of done for you program, I was discussing something with someone earlier today. His ticket price is 10K. And then I just mentioned one thing. I said, hey, your ticket price is 10K, but none of your sales reps are saying to the clients, hey, if you wanted to hire just one social media manager to run your social media, what would that cost annually? Oh, that'll cost minimum. That's 40, 50K, 60K. I go, okay, so that's just one social media manager. What if you were to get an operations manager? What if you were to get someone who actually created the artwork for you and created funnels and created this and created that? And what if you were to get someone who's going to answer questions? And how much does a customer service representative cost? So someone just to answer your calls. So when you add that all up, you're already looking at 150K. Our package is 10K, and we're covering all of that. Okay, if you were just to find someone off the street and pay them minimum wage and get them to do all these odd jobs for you, that's going to cost you 30K annually, because that's what minimum wage is now. Like, it was a Canadian person I was talking to. So when you mention things, oh man, like, yeah. Sorry, one sec. I'll talk to this guy in a sec. But just asking, creating that, making them realize the value. So you're talking about all of the things that's going to cost if they were to do it themselves. And then you're showing them everything you get for this price. And people cannot help but, like, they're not going to start saying, what's the price? Can you give me a discount? You think people say to me, can you give me a discount? No, of course they don't. Because I've already explained how freaking much value there is that they're biting my hand. They're like, oh, I don't know. They're like, okay, I can whack it on this credit card and I can do it on this and I can, because now I've sold them on what we're doing. So the reason I mentioned that, Taylor, how much value have you given them? Do they understand that if they were to try and do it themselves, or if they were to go elsewhere, how much it would cost to get a fraction of what you're offering? Have you implemented that into your script? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but it's something you want to think about, because that's how it makes it easier for you to sell.
We have the application process where they fill out the survey, and it says on there, like, what have you done in the past? Or why are you reaching out to us? And it says, most of them say, because I've been doing it on my own and I've seen results. So already right there, I can tell, like, we're probably the last resort.
Oh, see, I'm going to challenge you, Taylor, because you're giving me an answer, but it's a half-assed answer. That's not anything compared to what I just told you. Yeah. That's just the beginning. That's just one little element. You still haven't sold them on, okay, so you've been trying it yourself. But imagine you wanted to work with someone else. It's going to cost you this. And then to do this element, it's going to cost that. And then what about this element? It's going to cost that. We're a professional that does this for a living. We do this, and this. This is included this, and this. If you were to go anywhere else, it would cost you this. But with us, it's going to cost you this. That's how you create value in what you're doing. And many sales reps don't do that. And they just expect people to want to sign up and work with them. But all people are focusing on... Sorry, what was that?
When you already, if you haven't revealed the price already, is that when you start?
I do that before I'm revealing the price.
Oh, okay.
So I'm explaining the value. So they're seeing all these big numbers, and then I will then tell them how much it works with us. So the price isn't a drop, a sinking feeling, which what most salespeople do, reveal the price and then they lose energy. When I reveal the price, the guys are, oh my God, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. You see the difference? Because you framed it the right way. And that's really important as well. Okay, so take it on board, listen exactly what I'm saying, and make sure you figure out a way to show, hey, These things are included in our program. And if you were to hire somebody to do just those single roles, how much would that cost? Because I'm telling you, when you actually start breaking it down, you suddenly realize how much value it is that we're providing. Yeah? Yeah, Jabs, what would you say?
You made a point right at the beginning as well about like so many questions as well. And like, look, this is what a lot of salespeople, they get carried away with as well. And like, just, you know, like if they get a script and they're just going to ask questions after questions and thinking to themselves as in like, oh yeah, I'm going to ask this question and I'm going to ask that question and we're going to ask all of this and all of this. You're all of a sudden now you're just asking questions just for the sake of asking questions.
Right. And
This
not
is
really
why
looking-
I always say internalize the questions and really ask yourself, why am I asking this question? What's the purpose behind asking this question? And then, and only then you realize, oh, okay, and like know what you want to get from the question. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to ask this question because it says in the script. And it's just like what me and Jim, who's just joined the Zoom call as well, big up Jim, one of my latest one-on-one members. Jim is going to crush it. How you doing, Jim?
Doing great. This is awesome. This is such a great investment of my time. Thanks for letting me on.
I'm loving coaching Jim, by the way. One of the most coachable, and like Jim's Jim's a legend, but what very coachable and very knowledgeable. And this is crazy as well. Jim actually has more years in sales than me. Like he's got more sales experience than me. But look at the student that he is, and I love it. I'm loving working with Jim, and I'm so excited, you know, for his journey moving forward as well. But Taylor, I was touching base with Jim just the other day as well, like going through the script and not just asking questions for the sake of asking questions, just really understanding who you've got in front of you and what is it you want to get from them. Really just get to know them. What's going on with them? What's their current situation? What are they facing with? And then you tie in with all the solutions to their current problems. And then you just transition into the pitch. And it's one of the things that Paul was saying to me as well. Zishan, he was like, oh, how do you transition from the pitch to the close? And I was like, bro, we're closing right throughout the call. Like I'm closing not just at the end or in the middle. I'm closing right from the beginning because they are being sold by my energy and my conviction within this. And like towards the end, it's not like, oh, do you want to get started? They say to me, oh my God, like, so what are the next steps? I've got them that excited about the transformation and the journey that I'm going to take them on. They say to me, okay, so what are the next steps? So Taylor, what do you want the next steps to be? Oh, like send me the payment link or whatever. Yeah, okay, great. I've sent you the link. Just fill in your details while I set up onboarding. Only ask questions if you know the purpose behind asking the questions. Does that make sense, Taylor?
Yeah, it makes sense.
You don't need to have a long ass script. I don't even have a script anymore. I have a few lines that I want to say to them, and I want them to believe and understand and feel. And I just have a framework. I literally just have a framework. Get to know them. What's their current situation? What are they looking for? You know, make them realize that they're in a situation. This is very important, guys. You need to make your prospects realize that they're in a situation. And if they don't change something now, it's going to be trouble. But hopefully that makes sense. Does anyone on the call over here have any questions? Great, yeah.
So just a quick one, like, can you give us a bit more, like a couple more different ways on how to instigate that motivation to make that change? Because you got people, like a couple of weeks ago, I was on a call and the guy was telling me, oh, like I've been working the same job. And he was essentially beating around the bush. And for the first time, I just told him, like, it's now or never. And on that same day, he closed. So is there, like, can you give us some other ways of how to, like, instigate that change in them?
What do you mean instigate that change in them?
Because they want to make a change, but they're too scared to sort of like admit that. Like they're very comfortable in being like in that same stagnant position that they are. but they want to make that change. So how do you sort of like motivate them to admit that?
First of all, okay, Yahya, let's get to know you. So Yahya, tell me a bit about yourself, bro.
So I've been doing this for quite a while now, and alhamdulillah, like this has changed my personality completely, like even more so than I thought it would. I just thought this is like, okay, cool, you're gonna just go into a more flexible job, something that you can just do whilst you're abroad, that sort of thing. But like it's changed who I am. Like the way I speak to people now, the way I interact with people, the patience that I have with people as well is completely different. So and I've been involved in sport, which is a completely different discipline. But this itself, like it's like a tree that's got roots into everything, and it's benefiting in every sort of way. So I'm just looking into ways that, because in the beginning you were talking about being really confident in what you're selling, and obviously I've mainly been doing appointment setting, so I've not always had that confidence that this is something that I would do myself, that sort of thing. So like this call has just been gems, to be honest with you. So yeah, that main thing about motivating people to admit that change was something that I wanted to get on lock.
Get to know them. Just get to know them. What I'm doing. So you've been doing appointment setting, is that right, Yahya?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why are you doing appointment setting? As in, like, what's your goal? What's your goal with appointment setting?
So to be honest with you, I was just looking for a flexible like stream of income, something that I can do if I was like to go abroad to train and stuff. In my free time, I can just do it.
How much money do you want to make a month, Yahya? Do you
Like,
want to?
Like honestly, comfortably, like 10K a month at least. At least.
Okay, 10K a month at least. And how much are you currently making right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, that's way less than 10K a month. I can tell you that for free.
Yeah, no problem. How much are you making?
About 1.5 to 2K.
Okay, 1.5 to 2K. So, Yahya, is it okay if I be like a bit direct with you and also try to help you as well?
Yeah, of course.
The Yahya that's going to make 10K a month, bro, is not the Yahya that's making 1.5K a month. For you to become the Yahya that's going to make 10K a month, you're going to have to be able to grow. You're going to have to be willing to grow, learn, and develop. Because if you were going to make 10K a month, bro, you'd be making it right now. So what you just need to really realize that I need to get to work on myself. That's all. The only difference between me and you, bro, is I've worked on myself longer than you and harder than you. That's the only difference. I'm not superhuman. And what we're doing right now is not like rocket science. It's just a skill and I've learned it. I've just got a bit more skills than you. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm earning the money that I'm earning. You are paid in direct proportion to the level of personal development and learning and development that you've done. And that's all it is. So if you want your life to get better, guess what needs to happen here? You need to get better. But guess what you're doing right now? You're getting better. So get freaking excited, bro. If you want to make 10 grand a month, you want to picture I'm making 10 grand a month. 2024 is the year I'm going to make 22. I'm going to make freaking 20 grand a month. And I promise you, bro, if you start thinking at that frequency and getting used to this learning, growing and developing, you will. Eventually, your money's going to catch up. And it's just going to be demanded that you're going to be making that money. So look at what I've just done with you right now. Sometimes you just need to do that with your prospects. People need to be led. And they sometimes need to be told. Just like I had to, like, look at when I told you that, and see, I pay very close attention. Look at when I was saying to you about making 10, 20 grand a month. Look, your smile was like this, and you're getting big ass.
I definitely needed to hear that. Like, I forget my prospects. I needed to hear that.
I was having a conversation as if like I'm speaking to you in high ticket closing and how I'm going to be moving you to the next level. And this is what you just need to do. On your sales calls and everything, you need to be able to lead people. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, to add on to that, exactly what Jabran did. Jabran took you through a process And remember the points. He's learning about you. And then he was challenging you on your thoughts and your feelings. And then he reminded you, so you got the buy-in that the person who wants to be where your goals are is not the person who you are now. You need to change. And that created that feeling in you.
100%.
But on the flip side, as an appointment setter, you might not have enough time to be able to do that. So an effective question, just a straight question to start to create, obviously it's not as good as what Jabran was doing, but an effective question would be something that Jabran says, he said it before. How long are you going to be willing to accept that for? Simple. The guy's making X amount and he says he wants to do this and he's chatting shit about not getting onto the next program. Hey, can I just ask, how long are you going to accept making 1.5K for? How long is that going to be acceptable for you? 3 months? 6 months? A year? The reality is if you don't make a change, you're accepting that that's your situation and that's your future. So can I ask you, Yahya, are you willing to accept that? Or do you want to start making more?
Yeah.
You want to make
No,
more?
I need to start.
Cool. Let's get you onto the next call then. Just in case if people don't know, Yahya's an appointment setter for me and he's shit. Yeah. So now I'm only joking. He's shit up. He's shit up. Yes, Yahya, you legend.
Love that.
And also, Yahya's one of my friends. We're good friends in person. He stays at my house and everything. Last time he was at my house, I snuck in and I was trying to cuddle him at night, but he kept pushing me off. I didn't close him, but it is what it is. I tried.
Huzaifa, go for it.
Well, just first of all, I was just looking that my brother Imran just closed the app for transfer transition from appointment setting to closing or something like that to improve the best version of myself. I like that, how we were closing. And I want to ask that, if someone is from doing appointment setting for last 2 months or 3 months, and he have experience working as a DM setter, even DM closer as well. So what would be the best time when he can, go above and beyond and, transit his route to closing or learn closing? What would be the best time? Like, is there anything I need to learn first for going for the closing, or what would you say about that?
Pretty simple. Before you even look at anything, you need to get the mirror out. Everyone needs to get the mirror out and be like, okay, and really look at what's in the mirror and ask yourself, okay, do I have the skills to become, I don't know, a very effective closer? Can I be a closer? Okay, yes, I can be a closer. Am I a closer right now? No. And sometimes some people, they come into this world and they're doing DM setting and they're so focused on becoming a closer, they're not focused on the opportunity ahead of them. DM setters can make 8 to 15 grand a month. $1,000, $8 to $15,000 a month. Go and smash what you're on right now, whether it's DM setting, whether it's appointment setting. Become the best that you are at the opportunity that's in front of you. Most of us, we get up, a shiny object syndrome. And you know what? If you really want to know if you're a good appointment setter, if you're a good DM setter, or if you're a good closer, come on one of these calls, not this one, because I'll prepare you for it. And we won't stream it live. We'll come on a Zoom call and we'll be like, okay, Atif, present yourself to us. Tell us why you think you're a closer. We'll interview you and we'll give you honest feedback. But guess what we'll have? We'll have a panel of other 10 people and they will all rate you out of 10 and give you constructive feedback. And then you'll know. But one thing, I see a lot of you guys doing, and guys, you shouldn't be doing this. Just because there's nothing wrong with being an appointment setter. There's nothing wrong with being an appointment setter and, a high ticket closer. Decide what you want to do and get with it. But if you're working as a DM setter and you really haven't, got the best of the best results from yourself and you haven't brought the best out of yourself, don't look anywhere else. If you're not making at least $5,000 to $8,000 a month as an appointment setter, don't look anywhere else because you haven't got good results. Simple. We had appointment setters on a different offer and they were making $750 flat per close. And they were making 3.5 to 4.5 grand a month. And they weren't even working full time. So and those are appointment setters, not even working full time. So you can still make thousands of dollars. And look, doctors don't even make that kind of money sometimes in some countries. So don't look, Huzaifa, my honest advice to you is you've recently entered this industry. I need you to become the best DM setter. I want people to be, when they think DM setters, you should be like, people want to think me. If you want to become a closer, or you are a closer, if people think closing, make sure that your name comes up. And if it's not coming up, stay there and become the best version. That's my advice.
Inshallah, you're gonna see. You're gonna see that.
No, I will. I know I will, just because we've seen the progress with you, and it's been massive. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions?
I got a question.
Let's chat to
Go
Jim.
for it, Jim.
My only question is this: I'm doing some closing for a client that has a very long sales script, and I'm wondering if it's wise for me to create a much shorter one for the inevitable prospect that gets on the phone and says, "Okay, Jim, I don't have much time, buddy. You got 10 minutes, go." I'd hate to have all this heavy script and not be ready.
I'm gonna jump in here, yeah. So Jim, firstly, nice to meet you, man. I feel privileged, you legend. I heard the stories. I heard apparently you were a ladies' man. Is that, or should I not?
I got 4 kids and 9 grandkids. And I'm just
hey. Jim's closing hard. So Jim, to answer that question, I would never let someone take control of me like that. And if someone came on the call and they said to me, "Hey, I've got 10 minutes, go," I'll be like, "Well, it's time for you to go." But I'll say it in a nice way. I'll be like, "Hey, I appreciate that, but let me explain something. This is a major opportunity, and there's no way I'll be able to explain what it is that we're doing in 10 minutes. So unfortunately, if you've only got 10 minutes, me and you can have a little chat, but we may as well just reschedule."
I got you.
And that's what I would do. I would not allow somebody to take control of me. I just wouldn't. On the flip side, but to answer your question about regarding shortening the script, I would say you shouldn't want to shorten the script for the purpose of these type of clients, but you should want to shorten the script for the purpose of it being more natural to yourself.
Right.
What I would do is, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. So I wouldn't even say, if I'm confident in my ability and I'm confident that, hey, I believe in what I'm saying and I know that this process is way too long, I wouldn't go get permission from my manager and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this, I'm thinking about doing that," because they're only going to kick you back and say no. I would lead by example. I would take control. I would make my amendments. I would do what I needed to do, and I would get the results. And then I would show them, "Hey, this is what I did, and these are the results. Because I'm Jim, 4 kids, 9 grandkids. You need to listen to me." Simple.
I like that. That's what Jabran and I are doing. He's coaching me up, and that's exactly what he's coaching me to do. So this is awesome. There's great consistency here.
All right, awesome. Jabran, what would you say to that? What I just mentioned?
Never let them take control. Never let them boss you around. "Oh, I've only got this many minutes," or whatever. Well, I'm sorry, Jim. We won't be able to do it. We can have a chat. So look at the way Imran does it. We can have a chat, but we're not going to get everything done in 10 minutes. That you're setting yourself up, because the normal salespeople, they'll just get a bit nervous and they'll just be like, oh okay, and yeah, okay. No.
These guys are never going to sign up. We're not customer service representatives. We're closers. We close. And we know we're not going to be able to close in 10 minutes. And we're not going to close on their terms. We're going to close on our terms. We have to have confidence in our own ability, and we have to have standards. And I've seen so many people try that shit with me, and I just turn it back on them. And then am I going to be here and sell you guys all a dream? Oh, and then I get them on another call and I close them. No, I'm not. Some of these guys don't turn up again. That's life. But they were never going to sign up in the first place. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm losing power and control because I'm pleading and trying to convince them something, and I didn't have the ability to explain the full picture. And that's just not good, because it's only going to eat you up. It's not going to eat them up. They're going to move on with their lives. They're not going to give a shit. But we're going to be thinking about it 3 days later, and it's going to bug us and annoy us. So
Thank you. Good stuff. Thank you.
No worries. Sully, talk to
Go
us.
for it.
Sorry, Jim, was there anything else that you wanted to mention, or are you happy with that, or anything? You wanna-
Yeah, I'm very happy with that, and I'll get it. Let somebody else ask a question. This is very beneficial to everyone.
Sweet. Sully, talk to us.
Jim, man, nice to meet you, man.
Hey, nice to meet you, sir.
Honestly, Mike, these guys, with these guys, I've gone from snoozing my alarm 4 times to 3 to 2 to 1. I'm nearly there now. The next step is to just jump out of bed the next day, man. Honestly, the buzz that I've got from just being here for a few weeks, I can't tell you. Jabran will tell you, I've been in such a shell. I've been scared to tell friends what I'm gonna do. I've been scared to tell family what I'm gonna do, but. Who gives a toss? If you're going to be scared all your life, you're not going to move on with yourself. But it's nice to meet you, bro. Pleasure to get on board with you.
Great to be here.
Yes,
I wanted to just ask, when you said get a background on people, what's the trend these days? Do people put more stuff on Facebook, or is it LinkedIn, or is it website, what's the trend where would you
background? Who are you looking to get background on?
I've seen if someone's got an appointment with you, and you want to obviously build do your homework on
look, you don't need to go FBI mode or whatever. And look, it's basically whatever they've put on. You don't need to go Google them or whatever, because you're speaking to a normal client. You can do. But look, just go with whatever you've got on the call. And when you want to get a good insight into them, it's when they're on the call, you ask them the right questions. You want to get to know who they are. Why are they on the call? What is happening in their life that they've wanted to get on the call? What are the problems that they are facing? And what have they done to solve those problems? These are the things that you want to ask them. And that's how you get to know people. Does that make sense, Suleiman?
Probably overthinking. Don't overthink your pitch.
You don't need to. Trust me. You don't need to. And look, guys, I just want to tell you guys as well. To become an appointment setter, we had Bilal on the other call the other day, and he's brand new to this industry. Just from that conversation that we had with him. Just from the conversation that we had with him, and we instilled a belief in him when he introduced himself. He works as a support worker in a secondary school, high school. And just from the conversation that we had with him, I said to him that, look, you're overqualified to be an appointment setter. He was really thrown back, and he really believed, because he knows me and I know his dad and everything, and he believes what that I'm not going to be lying to him, and I'm not just going to be hyping him up. He's now landed a role straight away with someone, and he's interviewing. Yeah, here's a new appointment setter. Imran's training up his daughter as well. But this is the thing, guys. You can believe whatever you want to believe. If you tell yourself you can't, guess what? You're not going to do it. If you tell yourself you can, you can. It's as simple as that. Right. I know that we've been on the call for nearly 2 hours now. Baz, if you want to unmute yourself and you want to, go for it.
Yes, lads, how we doing? We all good, yeah? Just one quick question.
Yes,
it's a question for Imran and yourself, Jabran. It could be to do with sales, mindset, whatever, but if you could give one piece of advice to yourself when you first started in this space, what would it be?
Man, you want to go first?
It's an interesting one. If it's one thing, I would say the first thing would be believe in yourself. Belief. Nothing's more powerful than belief. Believe you can do it. Believe you can achieve it. Believe that it's all real as well. That's another thing that a lot of people have issues with, myself included, not realizing the opportunity that's there, and just more belief. That's the first step. The second step after that is you need to have blinders on. It's something that Jabran was very good at, and being resilient to all the negativity. Because when you're on a journey like this, and when you're in an opportunity like this, there's going to be a lot of people that are close to you that are not going to believe it. They're going to want the best for you, but they're not going to be giving you the right advice. And it's understanding that. So when people are trying to pull you down and you get the objections and the hurdles and the negativities and the setbacks, don't give up. Like, I don't want to be one of them cheesy, go into a mad emotional conversation where I say, like, you know, some Rocky themed tune and like, you can do it and all of that. But it's true. We're gonna get setbacks. You think I got results all the time, 24/7? You think I was consistently the best? No, I wasn't. I failed so many times. Even now, I still fail. I failed so many times. Right? With my experience, with my level of confidence, with my freaking intelligence, I make mistakes and I fail. And how am I going to suddenly give up and just feel sorry for myself and go away in a corner and just stop? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You guys have seen the images of those people working in mines, and they're mining and they're mining and they're mining, and one guy gives up just before he gets to the diamonds, but the other guy keeps going. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Keep going. Consistency is key. So when I say consistency is key, am I going to keep doing the same thing aimlessly like a madman? No. I'm saying consistently get better, consistently improve, consistently keep moving forward. Believe you're going to achieve it. Keep working to the steps. You failed, you find the next opportunity. You make a mistake, you fix that mistake. That's the advice I would give to someone getting new into, because let me tell you something. All of us, every single one of us, has them negative thoughts creep into our minds. What if I'm going to fail? What if I can't do it? What if I'm not good enough? Why don't you ask yourself, what if I can do it? What if I am good enough? What if I can achieve it? What if I am going to actually get to 10K a month? What if I can start closing and get that next job? So stop focusing on the what I can't and start focusing on what you can. So implement, improve my communication, work on my sales training, listen to the calls, improve my environment, strengthen my mentality. So it's so interesting. You know, you say one thing, but I swear to God, there's not one thing. You can't say to me, Imran, I want a beautiful cake. Bring me one ingredient. How about I smash the egg on your head? Yeah. You need everything. You genuinely need everything. Does that make sense? So don't get me wrong. I'm having a laugh. It's a great question. But my answer, nah, man, there's a lot more ingredients. You can't just rock up with flour and expect to bake a cake. No, you need to and it depends the level of cake you're trying to build. Can some of you become average? Yeah, you can. But do you want to build something fancy? Do you want to start doing stencils? Do you want to have icing? Do you want to start design? Do you want to just bake a cake that tastes good? Or do you want to build a cake that's a showpiece for a wedding? There's so many different levels. You know, we're here at the top. Like, and look at my cake analogy because I'm a fat shit. But listen, but so figure out what you want to do and work towards that. And that's it. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to swing it to Jabran to continue.
Thank you.
I second that as well. But look, one thing, not one thing, it's a number of things, but you need to, first of all, you need to be working on yourself. The best investment you can make is the investment that you make with yourself. Because look, you can lose jobs and you can lose this opportunity and you can lose that opportunity, but the investment that you make with yourself is there's nothing more powerful than that, because wherever you go, there you are. And work on yourself more than you work on like the job that you have. And the more, because look, how does the saying go? You first learn, then you earn. You learn first, then you earn. So I would strongly recommend everybody to really sharpen your axe, really work on your skills, really work on your communication skills. If you're working B2C, B2B, whoever you're working with, you guys need to be working on your communication skills. This book, I honestly, it's really changed a lot about me. How to win friends, but I don't need to win friends. Alhamdulillah, I have a lot of friends, but influence people. That's the key. Influencing people. Because what are we doing on these sales calls? We are trying to influence them to make a decision. So this is why it's very important, guys. Very important. You're working on yourself. You do all of this to work on yourself and craft and sharpen your axe, because the more better you get, watch how better you get on your sales calls. Like, look at Suleiman when he first came in. I know when he first came into this space, there was he had so, because he was so used to the negativity that maybe he had in his life from his friends and all those messages and everything. It was all taking up all the space for the it was that much negativity. There was no space for the positivity. So guess what we started doing? And now he's doing it daily in the VIP group, in our VIP group. He's daily putting positive content that he's listening to in the morning. He's working on himself. Now everybody's just like, oh, we love Suleiman's energy, because I told you guys, and I'm telling everyone here right now, you guys need to listen to the likes of Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Bishop T.D. Jakes, any motivational speaker first thing in the morning. As you're getting ready, look, you're going to get ready anyway. You're going to wash your face, hopefully, wash yourself, have a shower and everything. You're going to do that anyway. Just have it playing in the background. Watch after a month, a week, a month, a few months. You're just going to act and you're going to behave differently, and you're going to think differently. You're going to act differently. And this is going to show up on your sales calls and in your job. So that's my best advice, is work on yourself even harder. Sacrifice, like really ask yourself and make a decision. Make a decision what you want to do. Do you want to make 10 grand a month, or do you want to make 10,000 excuses of why you haven't made 10, 20, 30 grand a month? Make the decision why you want to make the money, what you want to do with the money, who you want to help in your family, and it has to be bigger than you. It cannot be about you only. It has to be bigger than you for your family. Think about and picture yourself what you want to do for your family. And then, you know, and I'm telling you right now that you need to work on yourself, and then all of a sudden, what are you doing? You're going partying. You're watching 3 hours of Netflix, and then like before you're getting into bed, oh, I didn't do anything today. You forgot the reason why you're doing this. So you don't want to be like, I'll be honest with you. Now, look, I'm going to be biased, but when I was getting into this, and when I was getting into, like, when I ever get into anything, I'm not half-hearted. I'm all in, or I just don't do it at all. And I eat, sleep, drink what I'm doing. Like, I'm all in. You guys ask yourself, do you want to go partying with your friends? Do you want to go chill out with your friends? Or do you want to retire mom? Do you want to retire dad? Do you want to take your family to this place? Do you want to do this for your wife? Do you want to do this for your kids? Really ask yourself, honestly, you guys can change your life in this industry. You really can change your life in this industry. You can make thousands of dollars every single day. I'll give you an insight. When I was in Pakistan, I had no Wi-Fi. I had to go to my cousin's house to get Wi-Fi because I had a follow-up with a client that I was speaking to. I was bored and I was just sending follow-up messages. And I finally got through to him and he was like, oh yeah, I'm available at this time. I was like, oh my God, I need to go get Wi-Fi. I need to go get internet. So I went to my cousin's, I connected to the Wi-Fi and I'm trying to speak to him. And the Wi-Fi is so weak, I had to turn the camera off. I couldn't even see him. And you guys know, I don't like taking sales calls with the camera off. And I'm speaking to him and I'm pitching him and I'm finding out what he's doing and what he wants and everything. And then before you knew it, he signed up on $100 grand deal. $100,000 deal. I was going to get 15% on it. I would have got 20% if I was working, but that was the only deal I closed in that month because I wasn't working. I was on vacation. It's the power of this industry. What if it was a 50 grand deal? And let's just say you only made 10% on it. It's $5,000. You can make a lot of money here, guys, or you can make zero. But your money is only going to be in proportion to your level of personal development. Look, it's a Friday evening, Friday night, whatever you want to call it, Friday afternoon, whatever you call it. Some of you guys, it's the middle of the night. But you're on this call because you're willing to learn, grow, and develop. And I promise you, the more you keep learning, growing, and developing, you watch how your life changes. But hopefully, Baz, that answers your question. And that's probably, a message to everybody as well on what you need to be doing. But thank you for asking that, bro. Suleiman, you've already asked a question, but you're that excited you want to ask another question? Go for it.
Bro, I gotta say, I'm so emotional. I can't tell you, what Jabran and Imran have done, and even as Zishan's been in touch here and there with me, in the space of a month, man. I can't tell you, because there were people last year who were telling me, don't do it, man. Don't do it. You like, why are you messing around with these people? Because I contacted Jabran in like May, June or time. Like, he'll tell you, and then I just drifted away for 2-3 months. And like, he probably thought, oh, nah, this guy's not serious. And then,
Suleiman, just pause there for a minute. Let me tell you something about me, guys. And Suleiman literally lives 5 minutes away from me. We live in the same postcode. Now, Jabran over here is from Small Heath, Birmingham. And Jabran Drive, you guys all know, like the guys that are in the high ticket space, they all know who Jabran is in the high ticket space, who he's worked with, all the results that he's got, the money he's generated, the money he's made. But the people in my area, in where I live, they look at me and they're like, okay, hang on a minute. He's still living in the same house that he grew up in. Okay. He's still driving. Now, I drive a £1,000 silver Corsa. Everyone knows I don't like driving. I do not like driving. I've bloody spent more money on food than I spent on my car. But that's another story. I spent more money on cologne in one purchase than my car. But that's another story. But a lot of people, they see this, and I was with my mate Jaws Hamid the other day, and he was like, "Oh, there's a lot of people saying this and a lot," because Hamid is my best friend. Like Jaws is my best friend,
Wow. Like I'm not sitting here. Well, I swear he said I was his best friend the other day.
I got a few best friends, but like no, there's Imran knows my best friends are my real close ones. And like I was speaking to him and he was telling me like these persons were saying that, and I like hearing it. I like hearing, and a lot of people actually. You know, the crazy thing is, a lot of people don't actually believe that we actually make money. How freaking crazy is that? And like they're like, oh, what is this high ticket thing? And oh my god, I'm not even gonna get into it. But someone was asking me, and that's why I put on my YouTube, as in you know, what high ticket sales is, and you know how you guys can explain it in more simple terms. And look, in reality, it's just sales. It's just sales. And a lot of people are like, what are they doing? What is it really? It literally, this is a revelation to me. Honestly, this is a revelation because I was in sales for so long. I was selling Virgin Media, like internet packages that were like 30, 40 quid. And I was making like 30, 40 quid. Or I was making like 100 quid or $100 or whatever you want to call it for like 2 sales or whatever. But now I'm selling products and services that are a variety of products and services that are in the tens and thousands. And in doing so, I'm making 2,000. And this is the power of this industry, which look, most people are not going to understand. No problem. No problem. You don't need to convince them. Are they paying your paychecks? No. Forget them. Go get the results. Like, look, people talk about my car. I love my car. Like, honestly, I got knocked over as a young kid. 1 minute, Imran. Like, I got knocked over as a kid when I was 16. I just passed my test and I got knocked over by a car. And I was like, no way. And I've been traumatized by that. Like when I was younger, I was traumatized and I hated cars. But I had already, I eventually passed my test, but I was like, I'm not going to drive. And my mom didn't push me either. And I was like, yeah, no worries. They let me stay at university and they let me go abroad. Even when I was abroad and I was working for Thomas Cook, they gave me a car because they were like, oh, you're going to be driving for hours. You're going to be walking for hours otherwise. I was like, no problem. In 40-degree heat, in the heat of summer in Greece, I was willing to walk as opposed to having a brand new car, free car. Like, imagine your company giving you a free car and you can drive it whenever you want. I was like, no, thank you. That's how traumatized I was. I don't like cars. Some people like cars. I don't like them. Maybe I haven't sat in really nice cars. Otherwise, I'd probably go buy like, I don't know, a Lamborghini or a... but look, it's not even expensive. Like, you know, all these guys that you see online with Lamborghinis and this car and that car. Guys, it's all finance. I can easily get it for a couple of grand a month or even £500 a month. And you can get those cars. But for me, I'd rather, like, I've bought my sister a car. I've bought my sister a car that's 20 times more than my car. And for me, it's, and I bought my dad a car in Pakistan. But like, for me, it's not, you know, these things don't excite me. Would I get one? Probably I will. Right now, I'm loving people like not believing what I'm doing. It's good. It's actually exciting. But yeah, Suleiman, I know you've experienced some negativity, etc., and whatever. Like, and you're not even in a role yet, but you are growing, learning, developing. And once you're in a role, watch all this and come up. And look, I told you, the moment you show them a paycheck, they'll shut up.
Only 20. I'll tell you the day. Office is closed on the 22nd of Feb for Christmas. Sorry, Feb for December. Sorry, and I sat down. I went upstairs, sat down in bed with my wife, and I told her, "Go look, something has to change because if I don't change now, like it'll be next December. I'll be sat here having the same conversation with you. And next morning I got up, sat my mum down, sat my wife down, spoke about it, and that's it. Decision was made, and I said, "This is Jabran. This is look what he does," and that's it. Like two people, I didn't get my uncle, my friends, nobody involved because the most important people in my life is my mum, my wife, and my kids. That's it. And I've learned in the past month who are when times are tough, you learn who are with you and who's not with you, and that's what's important in life. Stick with the people who are with you and just keep. And I'm not gonna lie, where I wanted to be 2 weeks ago, I'm not where I am because there's stuff I wanted to do. I just haven't done it, and I've been honest with Jabran about it. But is it gonna stop me? Hell no, it's not gonna stop me because I got people like Imran, I've got people like Jabran, I've got Zishan, I've got people who I can turn to if I need help. And the calls, like I've had this call now. I swear I want to jump on and like in a week's time apply for a role. I've got that much buzz in me, but I feel I still need another week or two because I want to. It's important to learn, and but it's not gonna. Don't let it stop you. Keep going.
Honestly, bro, you're actually overqualified to be an appointment setter. You just don't know it yet, and that's why I want you to work on your mindset and everything. Look, guys, appointment setting. It's not rocket science, it's just conversations. It's just a conversation. You're just qualifying them. But thank you for that, Suleiman. I do want to be wrapping up, guys, because we have been on for a while. But Atif, I just want to hear from you, bro, because you're always active. And yeah, I just wanted to give you some time on the call, and we'll go from there.
Sure. Thank you so much, Jabran. Hello, everyone. Just to introduce myself, I'm from the high ticket closing space, been in sales for around 5 years. Started sales, mainly was, working with a cloud-based application, and then shifted into high ticket sales. Started working for a digital marketing agency, and after that, I was started working with a career coach. So that's basically my experience in the high ticket sales space.
And currently, what are you doing right now? Are you looking to get into another role? What's going on?
That's right. I'm looking to get into another role at the moment, and I'm still trying that to find out, to use my previous experience and, explore something, an offer where I can able to use, whatever the past experience I have that, and I can able to implement that.
What's been holding you back from getting a role, Atif?
Well, honestly, what I feel that, might be, you can say, it's my, point of view on that that basically my location. I'm based in Pakistan, and most of the offers, what I feel that, they are looking for the people who are based in the US or in Canada or any other. I'm completely flexible. I'm, working in mainly in the US time zone for the past 5 years. So I don't have any issues. I do have the US bank account with me as well, but still, that's a mindset of the business owner. Majority of them, not all, but majority of the people, they are not ready, to put in someone. I like to quote, one of the the famous, business company that is, dealing in health and fitness, Pompa program. I got selected with them, as far as for the role. They sent me the offer letter as well. And once they came to know that I'm not based in the US, and they said that, we are currently not able to, onboard you because, you are not based in the US. So that's basically the challenge which I'm currently facing.
To be honest with you, Atif, and I really wanted you to speak in front of everybody as well. Like, look, first of all, and guys, just be completely honest. Did anyone struggle in understanding what Atif was saying in English? And look, this is what I want to tell you as well, Atif. First of all, you speak clear English. Clear English. We can understand you clearly. Maybe there's a few other changes that we need to make, etc., whatever. And, we could do it separately, whatever. But what I want to tell you right now, look, there's going to be some companies that will be like, oh, like you need to be from the US, or you need to be from Canada, you need to be from the UK or whatever. If you can show them that you can speak clearly, communicate clearly, and you are a sales professional and you can close with conviction, maybe you need to just change up. Like me and Imran were having a conversation about a few of the closes where we need to help them just look a bit more presentable, look a bit more, just, yeah, actually, Imran, I'll let you.
Atif, Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Walaikum assalam.
So this is going to come from a place of love. I want to say something. See that smile that you just gave me there? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen that smile. Why? So I'm going to explain. This is what I'm going to say. This is what I want to give you some information on. Sometimes we have an experience, but then we create it in our mind as well. So I'm going to challenge you. I'm not here to say that I'm correct in what I'm about to mention, but maybe you have a perception that you believe people are saying no to you because of your location, and you've created that to become a reality. Whereas my advice to you is, no, there's other things you can do. If you haven't put everything else in place to decide that's the deciding factor, you cannot say that. So if I was to give you advice, you've come onto this call, and this, what you just did today, the way you introduced yourself, the way you spoke, was exactly the same as what you did 6 months ago when I first met you. Because I've met you previously. You remember, we've spoken.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
so
right.
you haven't developed, you haven't changed your approach. You haven't changed your camera angle. You haven't changed your hairstyle. You haven't changed the clothes you're wearing. You haven't changed your smile, because your communication's beautiful. There is no reason why someone wouldn't hire you. So maybe it's because of these other factors. You're not coming across as likable. You're likable to me because we're from the same area. When we talk, you smile with me. But when you're talking with everybody else, you're not. So do the basics. Smile with people. Look at your appearance. Look at the clothes that you're wearing. Suddenly you become more attractive. Now it doesn't matter if he's from Pakistan, so on and so forth. You need to put more things in your favor to remove that from your mind. Does that make sense? So if I was to give you advice, look, maybe some people, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But have you done everything in your power to make yourself as attractive as possible to land these roles? I don't think you have, because you're not coming on with energy. You haven't changed your approach. You said the same thing. Hi, I'm Atif. This is my experience. This is what I do. Are you with me? Yeah. Like in the nicest possible. There you go. Look at that smile. In the nicest possible way. It wasn't engaging. It was clear. You sounded nice, but there was no energy. There was no charisma. Let people see who you are. Because would you speak like that with your family? If your family watched that little introduction of yourself, they'll make fun of you. They'll say, Atif, you were feeling nervous. What were you doing? They'll laugh. And then you will laugh. And you'll say, yeah, there's lots of people on the call. And yeah, and that's what you need to work on. Confidence in who you are. Look good, feel good, boom, you're going to get different results. Do not let the same doubt or mind put yourself in a low position. Do not let that negativity creep into your mind. Do not accept that to be your reality. Go and make something happen for yourself. If you really want to go get a role, change your background, put something on, do everything in your power. Come on the call alive, smile. Say, hey, I'm Atif, I'm smashing it. Say I'm working here, and I'm ready to start making you guys some money. And they'll believe you. But when you come on the call and you say, hey, I'm Atif, I've done this, I'm working with a coach, not in the nicest possible way, with all due respect, is like, who gives a shit? Like, no one cares. But you have to sell yourself. Does that make sense? And I'm saying this from a place of love. What I'm saying to you right now is real. Trust me, what I'm saying to you is real. Change. Work on your appearance, work on your confidence, work on your smile, work on what you can control, because you can't control that you're in Pakistan. You can't control that. So put that out of your mind. Change what you can control. I guarantee you land a role. Guarantee it.
Look at the way, like, look, let me give you.
Can I add something, Jarman bhai?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically, since the last 2 weeks, I've been applying on the 2 to 3 roles, and in the most of the roles, I've received a message that since you're from Pakistan, we're just hiring from US in the UK. Even in some of my offers, in which I've applied on the school group, they said that you're from Pakistan. Okay, so on my last offer, it was a really nice offer. They're offering a 2K base salary and like really 10% commission. and the like ticket price is $7,500. Okay, so what happened that when I told them that I'm from Pakistan, so he initially messaged me that we're not hiring from the US and the UK. Immediately I applied him that, look, it's your choice, but remember that you're gonna miss out on something big, and like I'm 100% sure that I'm the perfect fit for this role, and like if you give me the opportunity, I won't disappoint you. Immediately after, like in a half an hour, he said, let's schedule a meeting. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. And like he talked to, like the next day when he scheduled the interview, he had a chat for me like 1.5 hours. Even I wasn't the perfect fit. He mentioned my mistakes. He told me, but the next day he hired me. So on the 2 jobs, I've been hired in the same manner, and both top-notch jobs. So I've been hired. So
Look
this
what
is
it is. It's the objection. They're throwing an objection at you, and they're like, "How is he
exactly
going to handle with it?"
And look at his confidence. Look at his energy. Look at when he speaks. You believe what Qasim's saying. Mohammed Qasim, he believes it. He's got conviction. He's not going to accept it as a no. And then
exactly.
people will listen. Yeah, okay. It's very easy for people to say, oh, you're not from the right country. Sorry, we just hire from UK. We just hire from England. And then we just accept it. Because it was, what was I saying earlier? When Baz said, Imran, what advice would you give? I said, be resilient. Do not give up. What is normal? I don't blame you. Anybody will feel disheartened when they hear it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 10 times. Eventually, you will feel it and you will start to believe it. But Muhammad Qasim didn't accept it. He didn't accept it and he challenged. Confidence, conviction, energy. And then boom.
And believe me, like I never thought that I will be able to secure those jobs. But I was surprised to see that both of the employers like hired me immediately. Like they were so surprised with my confidence. They say, boom, we'll have an interview. Both of them hired me.
Yeah.
So
But
Don't be surprised, bro. You're from the
this
closest
guy's funny.
university.
He's making me laugh. But you can see why, innit? Because he's a nice guy. He's making him smiling.
Energy.
He's laughing.
It's
You feel like you want to work with him.
Energy. Remember what I was telling you about the sales calls, your interviews, and everything? Everything is energy. Look at the transfer of energy. Look at the confidence. And look, there's another thing that I want to say, because we were talking about appearances, and me and Imran were talking about other closers yesterday about appearances and how they look and everything and how you're training up to the calls. Like, look, do you guys know I only wear this when I'm on training calls or Zoom calls or whatever? Without this, I'm like in my t-shirt. Like, look, it's North Face. It's just, and like, I know I need to come on here and I need to be a bit presentable. Normally, I swear to you, if you saw me earlier today, I had my big parka jacket on. Like, I don't know if you watched Sajid from East is East. This is how I was all day because it's so cold. Like, look, this is how, because I was freezing cold. Like, am I going to turn up to like that on the sales calls? No, I'm not. Look at Andre. Every time, more or less, every time Andre comes on the call, this guy's coming like a boss. He's coming in shirt and a blazer. Like, he's coming ready for business. And this is what you need to do, as in, like, your presentation is everything. You look good, you feel good. Like, look at me. I don't come on sales calls unless I'm moisturized and I'm smelling good. And at least I feel good. Like, yeah, look. And a lot of you guys are doing it now. Get the really expensive cologne and you put it on, and it just feels like money. And then you're going to start making money. So you guys got to take, and look, I know myself. Like, look, I'm going to get very serious and I'm going to do it publicly. Like, I'm 113 kgs right now. I don't know how many pounds that is or whatever it is. It's too many pounds. So we'll just talk about kgs. But I'm 113 kgs right now. I want to lose weight because I know my health is my wealth. So I'm holding myself accountable because I know maybe because of my weight and everything and all of that, maybe that's going to have some sort of impact on my work. So I'm going to start working on my appearance, because some people are going to be like, whoa, hang on a minute, Mr. How you do anything is how you do everything. You're a bit fat. Like, what are you talking about? You're talking about making 100 grand a month or 1 million a month or 10 million a month. What about your weight? Why are you slacking over there? So this is why it's so important to look at your whole life and start picking up everything and really improving in all of these areas. And you watch where your life goes. But look, guys, that's enough for today. We've covered a number of things. and all of that as well. Like, look, I appreciate everybody jumping on the calls and all of that and asking the questions and everything. Hope you guys have got lots of value here today because we went through so many different things. And like, look, the next call that we'll do, we'll have more Q&As. Everyone can come on with like certain questions or something that they're stuck on, whether it's, and I'm going to break these up as in like newbies. Like if you're brand new and you're looking to land a role, we'll help you there. Or if you're already in a role, you're in a closing role and you just want to get better at closing, we'll do those separate calls as well. So it's more streamlined. But look, I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been great speaking to all of you guys, seeing all of you guys. Mehrajul as well. Pleasure to have you on the call. Muhammad Qasim, everybody. Hamza Wajid, Shayan, Atif, Jim, Taylor, Suleiman, Andre, everybody. Look, it's been a pleasure. Lee on YouTube, Shoaib. There's so many of you guys, man. Look, go and shout out about who you are. People need to know if you're looking for a job. If you are currently looking for a job, people need to know you're a high-ticket closer. All of my YouTube needs to know you are a high-ticket closer. So when they go onto my videos and they go into the comments, your name needs to be coming up. When they go onto your Facebook profile, your Instagram profile, they need to know that you're an appointment setter or you're a high-ticket closer. Because if people don't know you're in business, you're not in business. On that note, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, Jabron, for the golden nuggets.
Thank you. Thank you.
so
This
much,
is
everybody.
gold.
Thank you.
Thank you.